Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you're feeling inside. Just can take you out of my mind. And I gotta wake up without myself tomorrow. Try to confront every wall that you said. Even after you left, all this gap turned out to become sorrow. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you feel inside. Just can take you out of my mind. You gotta set your eyes. Try to confront the skies. Can you feel my outside?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a swell day. I hope you're having a swell day. I, myself, am having a very swell day. I see all of you. I'm pretty right. It's the final countdown. As we all know, Ernie has been dying and only have had 6 months to live for about 3 years now. Listen, I do not wish death on anyone, including him, even though he promised to destroy Anissa's career because yours truly tells the truth. So, it is what it is. I want to, before we stream Brooks, Crime Lines, and Life, listen, I wrote her a community post yesterday. I said, ma'am, you're making a grave mistake. Not that I'm coming after her. I don't really mess with her much. I do cover the trauma vultures, tragedy pips. Typically, I leave her alone. I have covered her once because she doesn't really vet the people that she interviews, so, but whatever. The whole Stacey Wander thing was really fucking gross, but it's her channel, it's her life, it's her marriage. What's up, everybody? All right, let me just break it down. Let's get into this. I'm going to start playing what Ernie Shell accomplished in the Summerwells case round 1. I also got the Brian Laundrie videos. I don't know what all we're going to get into But I made a playlist last night when I seen that he was going to have a interview about the Summer Wells case. And listen, I don't do trigger warnings, but I am going to put a banner up. I'm certain he will talk about child rape, all the gross shit only Ernie fucking thinks is appropriate. So if it's hard for y'all, once Homegirl starts her live, I figure I'll give them a minute to go on. I've got it open in another tab. We'll see where she's at, and we'll start streaming when they get into the interview. Other than that, we're just going to watch some old videos until they get started. But I wanted to remind everyone exactly what this fucking dipshit does to cases. This very first video is actually him prank calling Don Wells. And good morning, everybody. I appreciate, and it will continue. It will fucking continue. I'm not out to destroy anyone. I feel like y'all already fucking know that. I understand that they tell themselves I'm here to destroy them. If I was here to destroy them, I would have gotten super ugly when he threatened Anissa to get to me. You do realize that weakness has been exploited. A fucking hole has been ripped open. A bus has driven through it, and it still doesn't stop me from going live and just telling the truth. What's up, Mr. Thunder Thief Flappy Cheeks? That fucking name is great. Y'all are wild. I appreciate y'all. That's a fact, Ross. Good morning, Heart of Glass. Scary Poppins, Jamie Katz, Ross, Jaded, Virgo, Cringe, Lily, Flossie, Precious Chaos, Kazzy, Six Banger. I love that fucking name. Virgo, Little Linda, Jackie Blue, Ronnie Braun, Zepparella, Hindsight 2020, Roberta Kaiser, Mel Diane, Full Green Light, Half Pint. Who else we got? And I see Lily Lobotomy. That name is also a fucking amazing. And GM Lovely, also known as Karen, the good Karen. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're finally home or at least feeling better. I'm sure you'll be excited to start feeling better soon. And Charlotte's home. Of course, Anissa, the greatest. And Sweet Sativa. Who else we got? Charlotte's Webbing. Okay, I think I got us. If I missed you, I'm sorry. As you chat, what's up, Chica? I will definitely give you a shout out. Bree Allen. I appreciate y'all. All right. So like I said, I made a little playlist. Let's recap what this idiot is actually responsible for. I've also been uploading videos, old videos from my thumb drive, and more extorting of women coming soon. That's what he does. He extorts women. Here's the thing. Because I'm not Nicolina and Jimbo, Ernie, I'll actually do something when you extort my family. So there's that. Also, you're tying in MAGA Country, Wind and Whim, and Tina Simmerly. I fucking firsthand seen Tina Simmerly say she wanted my files and Anissa's. We have it documented, recorded. So we will tie her in. She does have a business. Wind and Whim is co-signing this shit. She does have a business. And MAGA, the best doctor in the world. Yeah, if they're enabling you, they will absolutely be responsible for you extorting my family. So, fair warning. I'm not Nicolina and I'm not Jimbo. Fair fucking warning. All right, let's get into Ernie Shell prank calling Don fucking Wells.
You know what I'm saying? You just, we'll have to pray for him, I guess. I don't know where I do.
You remember me? I come to your job, man. You done some work at my house.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
What do you do, man?
thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Where would you look if you know? Where would you look for your daughter? Where would you look for her at?
I wish I could, brother. You know, some
Grandma,
that we know.
hello, Mom.
I wish you could help us. I know you would. I'm not sure if you are exactly right now, but I know that your whole heart's in it. If you knew where to go, if we could go find her right now, I know you'd be right there with us. The only thing that we know is that someone took her, someone abducted her and took her out of here. That's what we know for a fact. I wish we knew, brother.
Do you think you remember them bastards at that racetrack?
Yeah, Sardy Shell and all that. Yeah. Yes.
Why would they go there?
What is funny, and this is what upsets me. Y'all know I don't even like being professional. You guys know this. But when it comes to me covering things, first of all, I don't cover true crime. I did get involved in one thing because there's legislation being passed right now in the state of Oklahoma. And look, I'm legit as fuck when I do that. I don't do the dumb shit. What's up, Mummy C? No, little Linda, I have not looked, but that's funny. Yes, live chat reminder. Good morning, everybody. What's funny about a missing child? 4,000 children go missing a day, Ernie, and you all pretending. I understand that Don Wells, Candace Wells, they have lost every single child they have ever had. I do not think that they are meant to be parents. But the state has rectified the rest of the children, and they are legitimately still going through the worst thing that anybody could go through. Prank calling them is disgusting. I understand their own behavior is equally as disgusting. It doesn't mean you do it back. It doesn't mean you join in on it. And I'm not a professional. Exactly. Yeah. Now I'm going to see it and I'm going to blame you for my nightmares. Being professional, yes, exactly. Hey, Miss Ella. Good. Oh, yeah, you remind me. I'll have to drop, just in case, I will pin my other backup. If we get struck, which I doubt, because I am the undefeatable, undisputed heavyweight champion of the interwebs. What's up, Goya? Always good to see you both. Okay, hopefully I got everybody modded as they come in. I will pin Anissa's link in just a moment. We are watching the prank call that Ernie Shell made. This was his first phone conversation with Don Wells, and he felt it appropriate to prank call him.
Because they're just making a show for their YouTube channel, and they're just making a whole bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know their game. You know about their YouTube channel, making a show, and
disgusting. Okay, so we are taking a trip down memory lane. Okay, I've put together this playlist. This is Ernie Shell. Here is a freak out in a cab. Here's what happened. He got arrested in Madison County, Kentucky. I posted this on my community tab yesterday, I believe, for public intox, not alcohol, okay, drugs. It was dropped down to disorderly conduct, something to that. Don't quote me. I can't remember exactly. Then the van situation happened, I believe, where he went to jail, something around those lines. Anyways, he kept getting in trouble, lots of trouble. Now, Doublemint Twins has an amazing channel. I am dropping these links in the chat as we go. All right, enjoy. This is very weird.
Can I sit in the back? Can I sit in the back? You don't care, do you? Can I sit in the back? Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
No worries at all. Come and go as you please, okay? I'll allow it, hindsight. Only for you, though. Only for you. You know what? I couldn't do this without you guys. I couldn't do it without you guys. You're welcome. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I am type 1 bipolar. There are many times where I've had these type of blackouts. They're psychosis. Hasn't happened in many years. Not from the meth variety, but I will get spun out because of my mania, because I do not take medication, and I lose all sense of reality. I do not make it. Well, from what I understand, it's a blackout. I wake up in the emergency room after they've given me Haldol to kind of come back to my senses. It's embarrassing, of course. Luckily, I'm not a violent person, so I'm easily coaxed, but clearly I'm out of reality. What's up, sinners? What's up, Dark Knight? This, on the other hand, from multiple people, has been described as meth psychosis. So I've talked before about it is common sense to me because of people that I've talked to that have dealt with people like this, that it is a meth psychosis because he can function in a roundabout way, which means he's not having a real true break from reality. Like I said, when I go into blackouts, I don't know what I'm doing or saying, but the people that love me say, you made no fucking sense. No sense whatsoever. I get super paranoid, extremely off the wall, and just saying the craziest shit that doesn't make any sense. Until I wake up in the emergency room and I'm back to normal because they juiced me. Thank goodness. But yeah, from what I understand, this is a great example of meth psychosis. Um, I'm not a professional, so this is a best guess from nobody, no education or background. Now, like I said, during this time, he got arrested for public intoxication, not alcohol, and it got dropped down to like whatever I said it was, disorderly conduct or some shit like that. And he pled to that, took a guilty, paid a fine. But we were there to see this happen. Yes, Gazzy, he always manages to set his phone up and can somewhat communicate, at least answer questions like, oh, I don't have my Cash App card, as you hear the Cash App bing, bing, bing. I mean, it's pathetic. It's truly pathetic that he does this. And yeah, let me skip it up to about 6. That's where the shit show goes down. Now, I don't revel in watching this, but he does this shit on purpose because he puts himself in these positions. It's not, he'll claim that it's PTSD, but he's not diagnosed PTSD. So, nope. And now, the last I heard, he claimed because his brother killed someone, that's why he has PTSD. That doesn't even make fucking sense.
I think it says Beagle Puppy. The sign, the big bright yellow sign.
Oh, it's a Eagle puppy.
Beagle, yeah, Beagles.
True. What's up, Joe? Okay, really. that maybe that would make sense perfectly. I don't know if I can turn it up. You can try to mute that.
Don't shoot me, dude.
I'm ready to fuck on.
Don't shoot me, bro.
I'm gonna take the money out. Get the fuck out my face, bro.
Well, don't shoot me, bro.
Yeah, you don't get no.
Don't shoot me, bro. Please.
Hey,
Don't shoot me, bro.
get this crazy motherfucker out my face.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, bro. That's fine.
Ain't no sorry, bro. Get the fuck out my face.
Well,
Sorry about that.
your other time.
Don't turn back around.
Please
Well, I
don't.
need you to go, so,
Please don't.
I'm in sure I did not.
Yeah, hurry up and
Please
turn back
don't.
around before I whoop his ass.
Please don't. Let me out here, guys.
Got the
Please don't
other
do that.
heaven spell.
Bro, do this like a gun. That's some money, bro. Don't get back in my face.
She missed the road. Sorry about that, bro.
Ain't no sorry, no, bro. Don't do that no more.
You've got Circle K and you've got a Hager Drive.
Right here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna drop. I'll drop this gate.
No, I'm sorry.
Once I get to the hospital, then I'll drop gate on the way back through.
Sorry about that, man.
Evan Dale and grab a phone. Careful.
To the right. To the right.
Sorry about that, bro.
I don't care, bro.
Sorry.
I don't care, bro.
No, dude. Sorry about
All
that.
that crazy retarded motherfuckers.
Here we go, man. Damn. Sorry about that.
He's in the hospital. He don't do that.
Don't you shoot me, man.
I don't have a gun.
Okay. I'm just.
So relax, okay?
Is anybody else picking up?
No. We're
Okay.
going to Corbin.
Okay. Thank you.
But you need to relax, because if you don't
Okay.
relax,
I am.
it ain't gonna go.
Wait a minute. Okay.
What motel do you want to go to?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Huh?
Hold on a second.
What are you doing?
Make sure I'm all right.
Huh?
Good deal. I'm good. Okay. Sorry. Oh.
What motel do you want to go to?
Just go to the court. Just go to court. And I'm gonna see what they say. To go to.
Corbin, Kentucky.
Head north on Sara Lee Drive toward Woods Trail. In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Woods Trail. Take the next right onto Woods Trail. Continue for half a mile.
Club, you still in range?
I'm getting on the interstate right now.
Call me, please.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-75 South.
Okay, let's see what else we got
Try Den SureFit because it's a professional.
Okay, so this is all right. They did an entire deal on Brian Laundrie. I actually just found the Facebook page video recording I had. I also have a bunch more video recordings of the Brian Laundrie manhunt. They were searching Tennessee Smoky Mountains or whatever for Brian Laundrie. I came across a bunch of Predator Hunter Nation posts asking for money while they were out pretending to search for Brian Laundrie. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Underlight. So, yeah, agreed. What's up, Scorpion Queen? So, Brian Laundrie was dead. Been dead. Hurt himself in the park or whatever in Florida. They were in Tennessee. Now, you're going to hear him say, I think this is the clip where he says, oh no, this isn't the right one. But you'll listen. He's demanding that he turns himself in. This is a shout out to Brian Laundrie, even though he's already dead.
Right now, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, give yourself up. The more I think about that, the more articles I watch, the more that we talk to the media and the news in New York and all these other news media places that's featuring us now, the more I start thinking, I'm like, God, I can't wait to get a hold of you. You know, I searched 5 days in a row up on the hills. The whole team searched 3 or 4 days and really put some accurate positioning together. Gave you chance after chance. We know about your people bringing you stuff in. I can almost name every single vehicle that does. We know your drop-off points. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. You may have fooled these FBI, you may have fooled these federal agents, you may have fooled whoever the hell these other hunters out there. You didn't fool us. Not at all.
So, as you heard with your own ears, okay. So, he finally, after the prank call, he recorded phone calls with Don Wells, which I'm not going to play today. It's about 35 minutes without stopping. Oops, I am not doing what I need to do with these. The whole Summer Wells incident honestly just pisses me the fuck off. Like I said, it's disrespectful. The things he's saying, does, everything. The whole thing. He calls Don Wells a rapist, a murderer, a child trafficker, you name it. No fucks. He also does the same thing to Candace. There was a whole lot of weird incidents, a whole lot of weird behavior out of both of them. But for someone claiming to be a professional, let me set the scene for you. They were in, I want to say, Newport, Tennessee. Don't quote me exactly, but close to Summer Wells on June 15th, the day Summer went missing, which was June 15th, 2021. She went missing from 110 Ben Hill Road. and they were the town over or in the same town, close, very close, and they were shooting a pilot for Predator Hunter Nation. Okay, what's up, Buckwild? Exactly, exactly. But from what I did not hear this myself, he's claiming he has unreleased phone calls, but I was just uploading videos from 2023. No, 2022. He was claiming to have unreleased phone calls also then. I mean, it's the same fucking thing over and over. Don and Candace Wells do not deserve to have children. They don't. They have gotten every child taken away from the state or the other parent, or unfortunately, one is missing. They are not parent of the year, but Hawkins County, just like the Rogers case, it is not necessarily a criminal investigation. Now, they're not ruling it out. What's up, BS? But you have to realize, to call someone a murderer, to call someone a child trafficker, to call someone a rapist, to call someone a pedophile, that all puts you in slander territory, because those words all imply they've been convicted. Okay? As crazy as this sounds, America has, like the Constitution, innocent until proven guilty, and you can absolutely sue someone for saying things like, you're a pedophile, you're a murderer, you're this, that, and the other. Okay? So, Ernie does this on the regular. Now, he's pushing to you. Yeah, you got him pegged, Miss Ella. Ernie and me have fought throughout the years. This last go around, he was supposed to stop. He was supposed to give up the predator hunter bullshit. I talked to him. I said, dude, I think you got caught up. I know you were filming a reality show. I don't know if you got caught up in it. I don't care. Just walk away from it. Now he's full fucking force back into, I'm a predator hunter and I did this and I'm a licensed skip tracer and I'm a this and I'm a that. Dude, you are absolutely nothing. All of his licenses, I am realizing, because now I'm fucking full force tracking this shit down. I've never been this focused before. And all I do is put his shit out. I verify it and I put it back out because he likes to dirty delete. So when he dirty deletes something, yeah, it's true. I do not want to hurt anybody. But if you're hurting people, I'm going to document what you're doing. I might troll you a little, but I don't go in real life. I don't want your information. I don't want your location. Now, if I see you streaming at a Hobby Lobby, I might page the store and have you page, just to be a dick. I'm not going to release your location. If you are extorting me, though, if you are extorting my family, you're damn right I'm going to do something. Okay? I'm not Nick and I'm not Jimbo. And I don't say I'm going to do something, which is why I'm not mentioning anything. But rest assured, I'm not going to let that go. I am going through, like I said, my thumb drive, re-releasing all these videos to get rid of them and get them back out on my channel. What's up, JP? And he extorts woman after woman. China, Izzy Pop, of course me, my mom, Anissa, of course Nicolina. I mean, there was a point in the time where she did not deserve it. I'm sorry that kills me to stick up for her in any way, because she has become everything she once stood against, or that's just who she is. And she just waited for the minute for it to happen. But I'll never stick up for her. She's on her own. She does things that are just fucking vile and disgusting. And once I would excuse it, I would make excuses for it, that day is long since passed. She's right where she belongs, in filth. Jimbo, he is not my favorite person. I do believe he uses YouTube like an ATM, and I think it's ridiculous. And he's done things that again, extortion, not to the limit of Ernie, but damn near close. I've got a couple clips of him extorting me for personal issues, like, I'm going to play your brother's missing video again if I get trolled one more time. Really? Because I'm not the one trolling you, asshole. But that's fine. Fucking play it until you fucking are happy and content in your miserable little fucking heart, Jimbo. But it's been a while. We haven't really fucked with each other. What's up, Caitlin? Yeah. Yep. I'm actually going to skip to that video. So let me, before we get further into the Candace stuff, let's play a little sneak peek at, okay, shit, what video is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me start. I never seen this. This is a little long. And then we've got a few clips after that. This is a Benny Keys live. I never fucking seen this shit. And hopefully now I'm going to be on the hunt for this video. This is crazy. Specifically, I want to play the part of what Tina said on why they ended up at the racetrack. Because a lot of this is new to me. This was before my time. And it blew my mind. Here we go. This is the video I am looking for. Oops. Oh, goodness. Now I'm going to push all the wrong
It's
buttons.
a kid, your clothes, you know what I'm saying, man?
Okay.
Like, there's no problem for me, man.
I'm pretty sure it's after this. Let me drop this link in the chat as well.
Right? I do believe somebody would give him a tip.
Yep, exactly.
I do believe somebody would give him a tip. Why do you believe that, Benny?
Go ahead, underline,
Well,
drop
shit,
it.
this man would stop doing what he's doing if people didn't feed him bullshit to go waste gas looking for. Do you have any idea what kind of gas mileage this H2 gets? That's an H2. I think it's like 7 miles to the gallon, and they're out here on donations and shit with this right here.
Oh, I might not have went back far enough.
I'm sorry, Tina. I didn't mean to interrupt you, love.
This or that.
Okay.
So this is supposedly.
We got our tip.
Oh, here it is.
A man has confessed to his family that he tossed Summer Wells's body off a bridge in Newport. We know who this person is. We were waiting to talk to the family member. But we've been told exactly where all this took place. This is very interesting that he's here because this is a piece of property that everybody said that the sheriff claimed. No, that's not true.
Don't say. Anyway, let's go back.
Whoa.
So, as you guys can hear, they just admitted. Oh, yeah. And just a couple months back, Tina Simmerly said that Summer Wells, I can't remember the word they used, never existed. It was like a false flag or some shit, meaning that Summer Wells never existed. It was a ploy to get media attention and upset people, kind of like they say the school shootings are, you know what I'm saying? The shit that comes out of their mouth is fucking ridiculous. Okay, I am going to, that's the one part I wanted to play on that live. As y'all could hear it for your own ears, they're fielding tips. Now, this is the third story I've heard, and Uh-oh. Okay. Um, this is a third story I've heard about why they ended up at the racetrack. It's ridiculous. So that's another one I had never heard. It's ridiculous. Why are you fielding tips? I'm sorry. Someone, yeah, if someone, what's the words I'm looking for? Oh, if someone, let's say y'all were a predator hunter, right? Would you, and somebody called you and said, hey, this missing girl that's all over the world news right now, or national news right now, if would you just be like, oh, okay, oh, you said dumped off a bridge, oh, you say, you know, ridiculous. So not only did they field a tip instead of turn it over and back the fuck off, because if somebody called me and said, "Oh, this little girl was murdered. Here's where her body is and all that," no. But they decided to go search the racetrack. Okay, so Underlight, City of Dreams, sent me this song, and we will listen.
Ernie Shell, stolen Valor, never trained. Dishonorable discharge is clearly insane. Helped his brother try to cover a murder of people's lives in vain. Photoshop records, stealing vehicles, what a shame. Ernie fucked around and Ernie found out you can't use the military for your personal clout. Ernie and his nuts and bolts, highway running 50,000 volts. Help me, you too, where it's only screams in a world of make-believe. Scamming for Jason for his past, never paid any of his plans. Ernie is in love with traders, but she got herself a woman. Ernie relies on his big lies to pull the wool over people's eyes. Fake crying, simping and trying, scamming money from his dumb followers. Ernie fucked around and Ernie found out you can't use the military for your personal clout. Ernie and his nuts and bolts, highway running 50,000 volts. Help me, you too, where it's only screams in a world of make-believe. Ernie's always lying, fucking lying with his fake crime, pretending to be something he's not. Always denying his love for Nicolene, never just another scam. Mean his twisted games, he's just another sham. If you wanna know just one true thing about Ernie Shell, at the end of life, he'll have a one-way ticket to hell. A legacy of deceit, lies, and disgrace. Ernie's true colors, a dark and twisted place. If you want to know just one true thing about Ernie Shell, his mental health has gone straight to hell. A legacy of dishonorable abuse in his face. National Guard kicked him out, he was a disgrace. Ernie fucked around and Ernie found out you can't use the military for your personal clout. Ernie and his nuts and bolts, highway running 50,000 volts. Help me, you too, where it's only screams in a world of make-believe. Ernie Shell, stolen valor, never trained. Dishonorable discharge is clearly insane. In a world of lies, he built his deceitful fame. But in the end, only Ernie's to blame.
And let's doing fireworks this early. I fucking love that song. Okay, that song, definitely a hit. Make sure you guys, I will drop Underlight's link. He does now. Underlight, I'm going to tell you right now. I won't give away too much. But if Underlight speaks up and says something, everybody should listen. I'm not gonna give any more hints. I've seen him a time or two. Welcome in, everybody. I appreciate you all. We are doing a trip down memory lane. Let me see. We are showing the things he did during. Oh, I'm going to go up to the racetrack video. The Summerwells case, round 1. So I got a bunch of videos last night. And we're just going to play some old videos until Crime Lines and Lies goes live. And then we will watch it. We will do a live reaction. So this is the racetrack.
Police identified that did belong to Summerwells was found.
This is the racetrack search. All right, let me make this bigger for everybody. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen and the most unprofessional thing. Well, since I've come to YouTube, I've seen a lot of very unprofessional things, but I at least see it out of people like me who really do not put this, I'm a professional predator hunter, I've been a skip tracer, I'm a bounty hunter, I assist. I even read, where did I find that? Oh, he claims to be a detective. I just seen that this morning. This is ridiculous.
But the police identified that did belong to Summerwells was found. We're in that area right now.
For real, Kiki.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so, little Linda. What's up, Critical Baby Cat?
Right.
Yeah.
Check this out here.
I tried to warn her, but
There's a lot of it.
Exactly.
All up over there. So, and
There's something purple up there too.
Where?
We found a clear spot of dirt. Gray.
What's up, little girl?
What is that? Wrist size tape
Yeah.
with
What's up, Mr.
piece of hair. It's got the hair in the bag. I don't know. We'll keep it. We'll turn it
I
in.
don't know.
Where'd you find this
I
at?
missed that.
Right out here along with all those zip ties and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's one. Here's
All
one.
of it's wrist size. There's the other one.
All of it's wrist size.
So there's 2 of them, right?
There's a hair on
So
that.
there's 2 of them, guys. They're wrist size,
Okay.
and it's got hair on it. And we found 2.
Blood on it there?
That's blood. Is it blood?
I don't know. It could
Maybe
be
red clay.
It might be red clay.
This is the brain trust, y'all. This is Predator Hunter Nation. I just played where they got a tip. Someone said, hey, I'm family members of so-and-so. They just confessed to me that they murdered Summerwells. I need you all, not the TBI, not the police. I need you all to go search the racetrack because they dumped her body in a river. Make that make sense. What's up, Lori? Okay, so y'all just heard that? Now, this is them actually searching the racetrack. They have bagged the evidence, even though that's not what you should be doing. If you are just a searcher, you should mark the location and contact law enforcement. Do not fucking touch it. Do not fondle it. Okay? You have destroyed the evidence right here, right now. To me, this is a reality stunt. He just made it. Hold on. I could drop you the link. He makes, he usually writes the lyrics, Chica, and then has AI sing them. Good morning, verbal abuse. So we are taking a trip down memory lane, and it doesn't get any better.
Maybe you let the dog around it, let her sniff it. No, there looks to be a piece of hair.
They are a piece of hair. There's hair in it. There's hair in the actual tape. So this is just over. Look, here's some more.
Rotted away.
Look, there's strands here.
Is that a piece of fairground wristband?
What is it?
What is I don't know.
Xander, get over here. Is this a wristband from a fairground?
Like a wristband from
Again, if you are going to search, please, please take a class, read an article. Do not touch the evidence, people.
the fairground. Didn't he take them to the fair?
Put that in there too. That was like the bound in tape. We have an interview with Summer Wells' father. We're going to give him a chance to tell the story to people, communities, and we're going to be fair. That's the whole big thing about it.
So, all right, after this racetrack bullshit, I can't remember which one happened first. The racetrack happened first, then the prank call. He eventually did hook up with Dawn, record a secret phone call that was exploited for content. It was fucking trash. He pretends to have all this evidence. He's the idiot that made the huge deal about the barrel, even though Jody Sue Brown said no. The barrel, it was there. I know where he got it. It was already spray painted. It was the barrel letting everybody know that drove by. All the barrels were for sale. Instead of him making a sign, he just spray painted a barrel. Hey, barrels, for sale. So this is the brain trust we're dealing with. So this is yet another one. I haven't searched this lady's channel. I keep dropping the links to these in the channel. But like I said, I did make a pretty giant playlist. Because some of this shit I haven't even seen. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Exactly.
Happy Friday, right? Good Friday. Not an average Friday, but it's a good Friday.
Yes.
How many people can hear me? If you can hear me, please raise your hands. Very important today. Very important what we're going to say.
Yeah.
Yes, there are a lot of people all over the world. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Good deal, good deal, good deal, good deal. As you know, you see all around in this background here and what we've got here. It's a rabbit hole. It's a damn hole. That's what it is. That's what this whole case is about. It's just a pedophile cesspool. It's a pedophile cesspool. Don Wells, you have stuff on Candace. Candace Wells, you have stuff on Don. We all know. Now, that's why one won't say this, one won't budge this way or that way. You're sitting here going like this right here. So now, here's my official findings for Rescue Our Children. We will be putting out a press release for this, as we've been on the case for quite a while. Today, it's Candace Wells. It's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. Right now, you're putting that you're in Arkansas, you're putting that you're in Phoenix, Arizona. Your mind's collapsing on you. It don't get no better. It don't get no better, okay? We understand. We understand.
Yeah.
I've been very, very lenient. I've talked to you. I've been a friend to you. Now, this changes. This has to change because time is of the essence. Now, right now, we gave you all the opportunity. You cannot say we haven't because it's all been clarity and it's all been documented through online. You knew stuff on Don. He knows stuff on you. There have been more than one kid or children that's passed through your all's lives. Okay? Now, come clean. Because here's simple as this. Simple as this.
Okay. Oops, wrong one.
The motive. What was the motive?
This was his dollar store getup, his black obsidian necklace, and I don't know why he used this layover until he got tired of all of us saying he was streaming from a butthole. This is way back when. I want to say this would be early 2023, give or take, something like that. I don't know that it says a date, but this is pretty much what he was doing, was making these lives where he would call out Candace Wells, whatever her name is. And, he met with her. She came to the Hemp Cafe, I believe. It was a fucking disaster. It was absolutely a disaster.
Well, we know DCS, CPS, whatever you want to call it, was supposed to be there a day or so after Summer went missing. You knew that they would check. You see, you've already told too much, Candace. You told too much. You knew that they do a full body exam. You know that. You knew they would find out information showing where Don and others had sexually molested your daughter. You knew that. Only God can help you now, Candace. Only God can help you. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to have the papers drawn up, because I don't believe that her body went very far at all. There's a reason that property is not able to be searched. We're going to have the proper papers drawn up. All it requires is a signature from you, Candace. And if you can't put that signature down and let real professionals come in, I'm not talking about myself. But I am in talks with people who are real professionals. And when I say real professionals, I'm not talking about the people who are just going to walk those little roads. I'm talking about the people who are going into the thick of it. We're going to have those papers professionally drawn up today, because I've got a guy who's taking off right now and who's ready to draw those papers up on a Good Friday. What better time, Candace, to get this started? A Good Friday at start and a Good Friday at end. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
This won't take but a week. I am prepared to take 10 to 15 men, trackers, not no EquiSearch people. I'm talking about professional trackers, people who do this for a living, people who get out there and who've hunted those fugitives, who have hunted those scents in the past. I'm talking about with cadaver dogs, everything. And we're ready to find that missing piece or pieces of evidence that we believe that is on that property, and maybe even others.
Now, if you think you just heard him say, we are better than EquiSearch because we're do this for a living and we have professionals, yes, you are correct. He absolutely did just fucking say that. Let me know. Go ahead and back it up so you can hear it again. Because this is the bullshit that I'm preparing you all for. He just says, Candace, I know you knew they were going to do a forensic investigation. He's referring to CPS because you let your daughter get raped. Yeah, he just fucking said all that. So I'm preparing all of you. I don't do trigger warnings. So if you are not prepared to hear this, last and final warning, this is what we're going to hear today. Again, he's supposed to be a professional, but does and says shit like this. Not to mention EquiSearch helps. They just found the other day, the FBI called EquiSearch. I just read an article. The FBI said, EquiSearch, I would like your assistance. Guess what? The lady was found after, I want to say, 26 years. She'd been missing. It was her boyfriend, and unfortunately, he murdered her. And EquiSearch helped the fucking FBI. Imagine, you're just a nonprofit helping people, and the FBI calls you up. You know you're doing something right. he will say, actually, I'm going to pull up my community post so I can let you know. I tried to tell Brooks, yo, I'm going to read y'all my community post after we listen to this one more time.
Yeah, the children that's passed through your all's lives. Okay? Now, come clean. Because here's simple as this. Simple as this. The motive. What was the motive? Well, we know DCS, CPS, whatever you want to call it, was supposed to be there a day or so after Summer went missing. You knew that they would check. You see, you've already told too much, Candace. Told too much. You knew that they'd do a full body exam. You know that. You knew they would find out information showing where Don and others had sexually molested your daughter. You knew that. Only God can help you now, Candace. Only God can help you. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to have the papers drawn up because I don't believe that her body went very far at all. There's a reason that property is not able to be searched. We're going to have the papers, the proper papers drawn up. All it requires is a signature from you, Candace. And if you can't put that signature down and let real professionals come in, I'm not talking about myself. But I am in talks with people who are real professionals. And when I say real professionals, I'm not talking about people who are just going to walk those little roads. I'm talking about the people who are going into the thick of it. We're going to have those papers professionally drawn up today because I've got a guy who's taking off right now and who's ready to draw those papers up on a Good Friday. What better time, Candace, to get this started? A Good Friday at start and a Good Friday at end. How's that? This won't take but a week. I am prepared.
All right. So let me just go ahead and I've dropped Brooks' link in the chat. I've got it sped up to 1.25, y'all. If it's too fast, speak up. Let me know. Again, last warning. I don't do trigger warnings. So I guarantee you're going to hear shit about child rape because that's Ernie Shell's favorite fucking topic. Okay? Don't push yourself. This is YouTube. Unfortunately, this will not be an entertaining live, but I feel it's important to compare what Ernie Shell says with fucking reality. Okay? All right, y'all.
Hey, OG Nanny, haven't seen you in a while. All right, so before we go forward, just want to say that what we're talking about today is the case of Summer Wells and the conversations that Ernie, or as Candace called him, Earn the Burn, had. Many are recorded. Many have been posted. A lot was going on during that time. And we revisited a video from when she called him when she was near some water. We'll talk about that more during the show. Thank you, Kimberly Mann. She gifted 5 Crime Lines and Lies memberships. Sweet Tea is a new member. You've got to be kidding me. Look at this. Lisa A must want a good old lesbian spanking because she's supporting the channel. Well, let's do our Wednesday routine, my friends, and then bring up our guest. Again, you know what today is.
I think I want to listen to a lesbian speaking, so I'm going to go ahead and skip forward. That's awkward.
Day 2, you can look at that.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Okay.
As welcome to Ernie. Don, Candace, Grandis, and the whole lot of them are still persons of interest. Why do you think that nobody has put on here? But, you know, it is what it is. This is about Summer. So as we know, Don, Candace, Grandis, and the whole lot of them are still persons of interest.
What's up, Barely Human?
Why do you think that nobody has
Smiley.
publicly been cleared in the Summer Wells case?
Well, I believe that, with the suspects that's involved, that now that Hawkins County is pretty much out of the picture and the TBI have taken over pretty much everything. And I even heard that they've asked for help from FBI. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have heard that. I think now that things will get on the ball.
Now, were you surprised when you saw a new agent was assigned? This
girl like
Milton, Agent Milton. Yes, I love that factor. We actually have people who are in contact with him and know him well. So, and he is a very, very stand-up kind of guy, and I think he'll get the job done. It's a new set of eyes on it, and that's what it needed in the in the middle part of it. Anyways, when you look at something long enough, you tend to kind of lose interest, I guess you'd say. But then when you put them new sets of eyes on it, that's when it all refreshes over.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like it's new, but it's not.
Well, this is, also part of it. This is another reason why they're having an issue with the case. This is from the DA in Hawkins County, who, by the way, I believe is a very, very weak DA, but he did say this.
This is a very complicated issue that has been made more complicated by the players in this drama.
Again, let me just point out the amount of misinformation that Ernie Shell spreads, in my opinion, is absolutely dangerous. The FBI, unless warranted jurisdictionally, so if a child is absolutely known to be kidnapped and taken across state lines, that is, I believe, enough to warrant the FBI taking jurisdiction over the child's case. With the exception of something like that, Hawkins County has jurisdiction. Now, Hawkins County can request additional assistance, manpower, a new set of eyes. They absolutely can, but Hawkins County would have to be the ones to initiate that and then ask for the help, and then the FBI would gladly help. Ernie Shell, the way he talks is dangerous because he believes what he's saying, or it comes off that way. So then people believe what he's saying. That is fucking dangerous. Absolutely dangerous.
The players in this drama. Let's talk about the players in this drama. We'll start with Dawn. Was Dawn home that day or not?
He was.
Okay.
What?
That girl.
No,
me love you long time. She said players in this drama. Wow. That's what the DA said. Okay. Because Candace told Kathy, the friend, that he was home. Candace told her old friend Jenna he was home. Remember Dale?
No.
Mirror Dale, that one. I've got a picture of her. She told Dale he was home. You don't remember Dale? I believe that's her right there. There's Kathy, Mirror Dale, and Candace.
Really? Do we want to go there? Listen.
Now, it was reported to the authorities. Bianca Moraes spoke to Ronnie Lawson. Ronnie Lawson, the TBI and FBI are conducting a joint investigation with the sheriff's office into the disappearance of 5-year-old Summer Moon Utah Wells, who, according to her siblings, just walked out the back door when they were playing and they weren't really paying attention. This really makes more sense to me than anything that the boys just saw her walk out the back door. And if somebody was waiting for her outside and knows how to get into the basement where this mattress was at one time, do you see where I'm going with this, Ernie?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, for sure.
Yep.
Now, what did, if you can tell me.
This was my exact feeling and frustration. I covered her on my other channel. She interviewed the fighter pilot neighbor. The fighter pilot neighbor all he said over and over again was, well, I talked to a other person and they told me. He never, not one time, had firsthand information. Not one. Not what. Everything was from a third party. She interviewed this man. That's where the mattress story came from. That's where the retard story came from. That's where so many things. The pressure washer story came from. All fucking lies. Yeah. This is frustrating. I'm going to try not to get upset, but I'm irritated already.
What did Candace tell you about the condition of this mattress?
Nicolina, just listen, please. I appreciate your support. Take it with a grain of salt. This is alleged. No, this isn't okay. I don't give a fuck if it's alleged or not. This is not okay. You cannot unring the bell, bitch. I'm sick of people getting away with this shit.
Well, only time we really talked about the mattress was because I actually brought it up. I said, Candace, whatever happened with that old mattress that everybody was talking about? And she was like, oh, well, they had stuff. I said, what was actually really on that? At first, she didn't come out and say anything really. She just said, oh, it was just nasty. It was dirty. Kids had peed on it and, used the bathroom on it, stuff like that. And I was like, well, let me ask you a question. Why keep it around? If you're not going to try to clean it or whatever, why keep it around? Well. And she'd always have an excuse. Now, if you go by what Don Wells says in the interview that we go with, he plainly says, whatever predator that came through that back door. Well, we know that mattress was right there at that back door. We know it was in the proximity of it. So,
That's what he said.
Candace says that
That's not what he said.
Don was home. And this is when she actually finally broke. She says Don was home. And I said, you need to get away from that monster. And she said, I can't.
He literally just now said Candace broke. He's never said this before. Never once. This is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first fucking time he said Candace broke. All this time, he said, Candace, you need to come clean. Candace, you need to come clean. Now he's saying Candace broke. This is fucking trash.
And I said, Candace, look at what all the problems he's caused in your life already. Look at what he's done. Look what he's admitted to. And she said, no matter. She said, he just can't, I can't do it. And, that was after she was on the phone with me crying. This is afterwards. This is what we talked about.
Yes,
because if you watch that, when she says 2 days, well, you see the first time she didn't get back with me in the 2 days. And she narrowed it down. And then we started texting. That's what people don't understand. We text for probably a month and a half, 2 months after that. And I had her texting a decoy because we was running those predator stings around that same time period. I was having her text a friend in South Carolina. That way I could keep up with text and we could forward stuff to each other. And it was same numbers. I just told her I had 2 different numbers and she could text either one. So sometimes when I couldn't get to it, she would text the other one because she thought that I had 2 different numbers.
Well, because I remember she was with Kathy and Kathy was furious she was on the phone. And you said,
clearly Ernie has never paid a bill. Trash service, especially when you live out in the country. Don't know how it's set up in Hawkins County. I do not know for 110 Ben Hill Road, but a lot of the times you have to haul things to the dump, Ernie. That's most likely why there's a bus and there's a this and there's a junk pile. Every fucking farm has a burn pile. I don't think you should burn a mattress, which is probably why it was sitting up against the fucking house.
She called me and Candace said in 2 days, I'm going to bring everything out. Well,
she had called me. She had actually called me, and I was sitting at a restaurant. I was actually at a restaurant. The first time she called me was Kathy. The first time I'd ever heard anything from Kathy, know anything about Kathy, anything of that nature. There's people. Let's pause it for a second. There's people asking, do you care if they have your permission to stream?
Yes, Josh. Thank you.
And
they're just asking about if they have your permission to stream.
Who?
Team Rose is one of them. She said to ask you.
I think you have to wait like 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't know the YouTube rules on that. Or you can just wait till after the show and do a separate show. It's not going to bother me. All right.
Okay. Either way, it don't matter. Okay. So I sat in the restaurant.
He was trying to snitch. Listen, Brooks don't care. I've streamed her before. She's not a bitch. She doesn't even acknowledge people. She's smart. At least I have to give it to her. She doesn't acknowledge people when they stream her, which is genius.
And I was at a Mexican restaurant, matter of fact. And I walked outside. I walked outside because Candace had called, and I wanted to be clear on everything. Because at that time, you know, I knew I'd had her because she told me about the 2 days, and I didn't answer her because remember I told you, I said that I'm done with you, Candace. You just BS is pretty much, and you're just lying, and you're doing this and that, and I just can't help you. And pretty much, it was like right after the 2 days.
That's what we're here for, y'all. That's what we're here for. I'm not here for Brooks. Like I said, I've streamed her once on my other channel. I struggle. I had started covering Ernie because he started his fuck shit again, but he also has been bringing up that he is involved with Chris Proudfoot. I have made sure that that's not going to happen. Not that I reached out to Chris Proudfoot. I would never do that, but I did reach out to the people I do know have contact with him. Both people that I do know, I did reach out. I said, I can give you all anything you need, you know, to verify what I'm saying, or just ask. Everybody will tell you. So yeah, I made sure he will not be able to contact Chris Proudfoot, but he's mentioned Sebastian Rogers' case for a month and a half now. So I've recorded everything. And thank you, Josh. I appreciate you.
Days. It was like the 3rd day she called me, and that's when all this crap with her friend, and this might be, and I'm probably gonna get this in order wrong, but Kathy, she was at Kathy's, and Kathy came through the house, and she had said, "Who's on the phone? Who you on the phone with?" And she just walked by her. You could tell that she just walked by her, and she said, "Ernie." She said, "Hell no, no, not Ernie. Fuck it." And, you know, she was going crazy with it. That's when that's when I knew that. Right then, I knew to change the questions up and started asking, and I could start asking the who, what, when, where, how, the interrogation questions about Kathy, what all she knows and what Candace has told her pretty much. And then again, we find out that Kathy knew Candace before Summer went missing. I found that out as well.
Now, I found that to be very interesting because, you know, I was raising quite the eyebrow when Kathy, the friend, came out. To me, she seemed like a, you know, jaded lover or something. It was a really strange situation. And she said she just started messaging Candace after Summer went missing.
Exactly.
Well, if you look at one of the messages that was released, it was from February of 2021 between the two of them. Summer went missing in June.
Yep.
So she knew her before.
Exactly. So, you know, the first question I asked Candace about it is I was like, hey, you know, I was just being pretty easy about it and going easy on it. And I said, hey, Candace, I said, how did you meet this person? Who is this person? Like you know, just playing stupid pretty much.
Right.
And she was like, oh, it's just a longtime friend of mine. I've knew her for a year or two. Well, at that time, Summer had only been missing for like 5.5 months because we joined it like 2.5 months in after she went missing. So I knew then that there was more to it to Kathy. But I didn't know exactly how much was actually into it until Candace had came and she said, I need a new phone. I have to have a new phone. And I said, what's wrong with your old phone? Oh, it's just got a lot on it and it can't do what a new phone can do. Well, I happened to have, at the time, we had a bunch of sponsors and I'd already had a new phone anyways. And I had a brand new phone in a box. And I said, well, I've got a new phone. She said, you got one? I said, yeah, you coming over? And that's when she came over and I actually filled her tank up, bought her a Mountain Dew, and gave her that phone. She went directly after that, said she was going fishing. She said she was going fishing. She had her fishing gear in the back of the vehicle. So her fishing poles, her little tackle box, stuff like that, what she had. And she had something in the bag. I don't know. I never really did ask, but she had something else in the bag. And it was that little red vehicle she drove. She came over to Predator Hunter Nation, to our compound where we were set up at. And she came in She stayed there for a minute. I did a short live showing she's over there. The whole hell of Beirut police and everything showed up because they said we had kidnapped Candace. There was trolls on the internet saying we had kidnapped Candace. There was people saying we were going to kill Candace and all that. So 4 or 5 cops shows up. Tina goes out the door and she has to tell them, hey, it's all good and everything. Well, by that time, Candace had already been gone. The cops gave plenty enough time for her and I to kind of leave. We left, and that's when I filled her tank up. We went and sat in a parking lot by where we had filled the tank up, and she went in and got her a Mountain Dew. So we talked a lot during that time, and pretty much that was the first time I'd ever met her, first like face to face met her, physically met her.
Yeah, so, and no one is going to kidnap Candace's ass at all.
No.
I'm going to get to Kathy next, but first let's talk about this water.
Well, let's talk about a timeline in this part right here. This is a timeline.
Okay.
This was about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Well, I give her the phone. She goes to her favorite fishing hole. So it takes about an hour and a half to leave and go from there. And she says, hey, I just got rid of the 2 phones. I said, you already got rid of the phone? No, I got rid of Dawn's phone and my phone.
Now, is this the phone that Tim Mullins wiped clean?
What's up, shot caller?
I think Dawn, and that's the trouble of it. I think Dawn.
So we're streaming crime lines and lies. Her name is also Brooks. She is interviewing Ernie Shell. Now, her title says it all. The truth according to Ernie. Candace told a ton. So Ernie has already said that Candace broke and told Ernie that Dawn Wells was now home all day, the day Summer went missing.
Had a burner phone as well that Candace had, and she got rid of 2 phones. She said she threw 2 of them in the water. So the next thing you know, on the phone, she don't know, but I go live. I actually go live, and I'm being real quiet about it. She said, did you just go live? But you can hear her. That's when she's beating something by a tree. She talks about a tree, and she's beating something. It's like a metal thing, like she's digging something. And she told me, of course, she told me before I got to go live that she was setting up fishing places where she could put her pole at and let it rest while, that she tends to something else. She was setting her new phone up is what she was actually doing, trying to set it up.
I'm going to go through the video. Was Kathy with her at the water when this was going on?
No.
She was alone.
She was by herself, because if Kathy had been with her, hell would have broken loose and she wouldn't have been able to talk to me. Anytime Kathy was around, it was a no. She would grab the phone out of Candace's hand and say, you can't talk to him, and do all that. She would go crazy with it.
What the fuck? This person, Brooks, this is fucking psychotic, okay? Please don't be these people. Brooks, I found the photo of Summer on the blue couch. I'm putting a video together. She is holding a puppy. I do not like the way she is holding her puppy. What the fuck? She was like fucking 5.
Okay, we have a question from Vet Girl. She said, may I ask, why is this coming out now? And she's a super nice person. She's not saying anything to
No. That's awesome. That's a good question. You see, it's not just coming out now. Smaller panels like I had in the beginning. Exactly. I brought this out. I brought all this out before. Mm-hmm. I brought every single bit of this out, but I wasn't in the Summer Wells community. Not. It was afterwards. Everything. Like I can show you on my.
Now I will give him this. He absolutely said this bullshit of Candace destroyed her phone. But why would it matter, Ernie? Law enforcement already took the phones, got everything off of them. Who cares? But now it matters. No, idiot. No.
Phone where Hawkins County called me, and me not even in Hawkins County, me sitting in New York City, literally. They didn't have no business calling my phone, but they called me and told me, lay off the case. That was the second time. The first time I got pulled over. And I was coming out of Hawkins County. Literally, their district was almost up, and I got pulled over and then told to stay away.
His story.
And I told that. I told that on my lives then. Everybody's heard that.
And just please reassure the chat that TBI has all your information.
Yes, TBI already has my information, everything about it. And they.
This is his story, by the way. His story. I know I played a video recently of him getting pulled over by the cops, him blaming Benny or Rap for it, I can't remember, and the cop absolutely say it was reckless driving. So he lies about everything. So I do not believe the story that Hawkins County pulled him over and said, "Get out of my town," but didn't do that to any other YouTuber, just Ernie's show. He got too close, people. He got too close.
Have anything and everything. We've always had that open connection portal with the TBI on this very case.
Me too.
And if needed, I can go back and turn emails in and show you where we've had contacts.
And now there's a new agent. You can get a hold of him. Let's go through this video, and we have some questions about where is this fishing hole. Okay, let's go through it first. This was clipped from Zav Girl.
Interesting. I just heard it earlier today, so I was gonna wait to do it on a live, but I decided just to upload this as a short little recorded one that you guys can listen to. Tell me what you think, and then I'm planning on doing a live tomorrow, so we could chat about it and maybe watch some other things and talk about some other things. Just interesting. Those of you that have been following this case and just following all of her interviews and stuff, it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what's going on with her. If she's sick, or what's up with her. So.
Okay, and if my memory, I almost said if my mermaid, if my memory serves me correctly, this was in April of 2022 when Dawn was in jail and she was starting to cohort more with Kathy.
Well, that's when when Don first went to jail, he had Benny Keys come all the way out again, pretty much. And he installed. Well, he had actually installed the cameras, and this is back when the cameras and stuff was installed and how he had them pointed. So he had them all attached to his phone. When he left, when Benny left, Benny had all say over everything. He knew her phone. He knew when everything was coming in. He knew who was calling. He knew everything. Don pretty much left Benny in control of Candace right there in that part.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But when she's at the water, that's in the spring of 2022.
Yes, that's the Kathy deals and all that when she was over there at that little, I don't know if she stays in like an RV place or what it is, but I'm not familiar with the area and I don't know exactly. I've asked her where the fishing hole and everything is before, and I didn't get no answers from that.
Okay, Sassy Cat said, Brooks, can you please have Ernie tell us about what Allison told about Dawn bashing Summer's head with a hammer? She said that to several people, and then she alluded to the mattress. Can we trust Candace about the hammer? We've heard Dawn.
Yes, because that was actually even in Don's interview with me. He stated because of the celebrityness of it and everything, and the case of it, and what it is with the potential of the case. You remember in the interview when he said they probably got rid of the evidence and then they killed her. He was painting his own self in that picture. He was painting his own self in that picture. So the hammer thing, here's what happened. Summer hit her head when she went in the water.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that. She already had her head messed up and it was cut. After Hunter left, after all that with Hunter had left, they took Summer back to Dawn. Dawn was waiting at the house. That faint scream you hear that they talk about was Dawn Wells with Summer Wells.
Oh my!
And then again, trigger warning everyone. That's when the claw of the hammer came out, and it was on that. It was at that mattress where that had taken place. There was a.
What the fuck? All right, hold up. What the fuck did I just hear?
They took Summer back to Dawn. Dawn was waiting at the house. That faint scream you hear that they talk about was Dawn Wells with Summer Wells. And then again, trigger warning everyone. That's when the claw of the hammer came out, and it was on that. It was at that mattress where that had taken place. There was they even threw the mattress was bare. What's under that sheet? Because if you look at it, when you look at it and it shows the mattress, there's like a sheet or a double sheet over that mattress. You see that?
Yep, I'm looking at it right now. The picture's up.
Why are you letting this happen on your panel? Now she's agreeing with. Listen. Why are you letting this happen on your... Did I not tell y'all what was going to go down? Did I? I did. Now we're talking about a claw hammer. Okay. When the police came to this house, why would the mattress still be... Yes, Kel. Like I said, I told y'all this was going to happen. The police searched the fucking house. I think they said, what? I've searched this like a bunch of times. Now, you're going to kill your child, but leave the mattress before you call and report and then put the mattress back? What the fuck?
That's actually a sheet that held. They tried to draw the stuff up with that. But Candace said Don hit her with the hammer, the claw end of the hammer, his work hammer, as a matter of fact.
And I mean, if that's what they said, we weren't there. That's all we know.
Exactly. That's all we can say, and that's all I can say about it. Because I asked Candace, and she said even the...
I'm sorry, I meant to put the picture back. They do this shit with that baby's face right there, and it makes me fucking sick.
Mattress, even the mattress of that, there was, fragments on it. There was fragments on it. So there's a lot of speculation to this, because this really made me sick. And Candace, I'm gonna be honest with you, she's probably watching this, to be honest. She's probably in the butcher.
It made you sick, but you just motherfucking made it up, you cunt.
And I'm gonna say this, Candace, your time really is running out. If you take that first step, I'll take the rest with you, like I told you, even when this happened. So I think you need to do that. Did I go to the TBI? Yes, I turned everything already into the TBI. And again, at that time, Hawkins County had the majority of it. Even though the TBI was running in assistance with it, Hawkins County was who knows the most about it, and they had the final say.
She deserves to be sick.
Because the thing is Candace didn't start telling these things until after Don went to jail.
She was scared to death of him.
Candace, I would donate to a fucking lawyer fund to sue these people. Please, parents, please. I will do anything you need. I will get timestamps. I will pick you could fucking pick a few of us. We'll divvy up creators. I will fucking spend all my free time going through every live, getting every fucking piece of slander for you. And your legal tip. Like, I will fucking help. This has to stop. This is bullshit. And they're just graphically describing the murder of this baby. And he's like, you know what? I have to stop this. This just made me sick. You just made it up. You are sick. Remind you, he played a child snuff film on his channel where 2 children were murdered. And then Tiger Lori came to the defense and said, oh, that was just a movie. No, Lori, you're a liar and you're disgusting. You're all disgusting.
Do you remember when I called and first started talking, and Candace would talk to me, and Don would throw cigarettes and stuff at her? Remember that? He hit her with that. He told her to get in the house or something. She wouldn't, and he threw that. He threw something at her and hit her. Because Candace didn't want me talking to Don either. Until Don went to jail, Candace got a little bit of free loose and everything, and pretty much a little bit of freedom. And then she started asking people. She wanted friends. She wanted people she could trust.
Yes. Yeah, we played, I went live about an hour early and played some videos to let everybody know what was going on when he was talking to Candace. For real, Constance. I'm willing. I tried to do that with a couple creators for the Proudfoots, and I hope and pray that they... And I left myself available, not to contact them, because I will never contact the parents, but secondhand with the people they're already talking to.
Of course, there was other people that took her for everything she had, and she would talk to me. She would message me. I have text messages that's never ever been shown, and it can show you that it's from her phone. It's from her phone. So I never brought it out. I never come out with it because I don't put everything out there. I don't put everything out there at all.
And unfortunately, with everything Candace has said, the police still have to prove what she's saying is true.
I think the TBI know exactly what's going on now. I think the TBI knows.
And if I had $1 for every time Ernie Shell has claimed to call TBI on either someone or on evidence, or I can't. Okay, I'm so anti calling TBI, but is this an opportunity where I don't? This is fucking trash.
Exactly what's going on, and I do think it will be very, very soon. Something's going to come out about it.
He's legit. Oh, I'm so angry. He's legitimately just saying he has firsthand knowledge because Candace would have been there to do the deed with Dawn. That's what he just said. So he has first or second hand knowledge. I don't know. Close enough that we got a problem. And this is the first time we've heard this. And nobody thought, thanks, Josh. Nobody thought we should go to the TBI over this. I'm not going to. I'm not calling the TBI. They have real children to rescue, and I'm sick and tired of this fucking YouTube shit. But you mean to tell me you are a professional predator hunter? More professional, your words, more professional than EquiSearch? But you didn't already call the TBI and snitch? Come the fuck on.
They don't just leave these open cases and have people for suspects for years and years. Even you know that.
Oh, I do. All right, let's get to this video. Hang on.
Here it is. Let me know what you think.
Candace.
Okay, this is you on the phone with Candace.
Do you know what everybody's saying about, listen, Rose Bly? What about her? Is she alive still, Candace? Okay, you need to go to the hospital, Candace. You need to go to the hospital. I don't know. Sorry, I can't do it. Candace, listen. Go get help. Go get help. Go get help. What have you done? It ain't COVID. COVID don't do that. What have you done? What have you done to yourself? What have you done? All I've done was go fishing.
Pause it right there. Pause it right there. What she had done, she tried to kill herself, overdosing what she was doing.
That's not true, Ernie.
What? And that's what exactly she had done.
No.
After this is over and everything, you find out, well, I found out what she had done. She said she'd done a little bit too much. And I said, done a little bit too much of what? And she said, are you on live? I said, no. She said, you know. And I was like, you didn't try to kill yourself, did you? And then she told me, she said, yeah. She said, I'm sick. I can't handle this. That's what she said. Is that what she said? And then she tried to go off again. Candace always had a way of trying to switch out everything and change the subject on everything she did.
No. I've seen that live with my own eyes, okay? You're not the first creator that pretended Candace hit you up and tried to kill herself. We all remember Dolly Vision doing that. Same thing. And instead of calling 911, doing a wellness check, we all know where she's at, he went live and asked, hey, Molly Golightly, should I call somebody? Yes, he faked the text too.
Everything. She would tell a little bit, and then you'd have to keep in mind that what she'd already told you. That way, later on in the future, when you go back to it, you go back to that same thing.
No,
you go back to that same thing for her.
Truth.
Okay, and my question is,
she did not have COVID then. She did not have COVID then.
Oh hell no! You're not going to get COVID and go out to the water.
Guilt was getting her. That's what that is. That's guilt. That's guilt. When you can't breathe and you're sitting there and the memories are going by and you're thinking about your daughter and you knowing and you knowing. Look, we all know if we do something and we hurt somebody or hurt somebody's feelings, we hurt for that. and we may hurt for days. Can you imagine what this woman's going through? She knows that her man just killed her daughter. Seriously. She knows that. She's holding that in. And I couldn't believe why other people could not see that. She was losing it. She was literally losing it. That you hear, that is real.
Did this? I think he just did.
Something. And we hurt somebody or hurt somebody's feelings. We hurt for that. And we may hurt for days. Can you imagine what this woman's going through? She knows that her man just killed her daughter. Seriously. She knows that. She's holding that in. And that,
He just said she knows, Candace knows, that Dawn just killed her daughter. And then he repeats it.
and I couldn't believe why other people could not see that. She was losing it. She was literally losing it. That you hear, that is real. That right there is feelings. Her feelings are coming out, for what she had for Summer. But the thing about it is, we all know she couldn't be much and let all that go on with what went on. Seriously.
Well, and also she almost became, a totally different person after Dawn went to jail, because Kathy was trying to get her, this is Kathy's post right here, to divorce Dawn. She started some sort of like online petition. Can't did. She sent it to Kathy. Kathy said, "You trying to get a divorce from him?" She said, "Donnie doesn't know anything about this yet, but I started the process because I can't keep going like this." Now, let me tell you what, Kathy knows a lot. I'm going to rewind this a little bit because it's
Kathy knows exactly what happened. Kathy knows exactly what happened. Exactly.
I can drop it. I'm just putting it up in there.
What have you done? All I've done was go fishing. All I've done is stay on the ground.
She's there beside where Summer's buried at. Summer's buried at the damn tree by the fishing place where she used to rest up. Remember the picture she take?
Why did he just talk over that? This is pissing me off. I do not like true crime. It's very hard to cover.
Now, let me tell you what, Kathy knows a lot. I'm going to rewind this a little bit because
Kathy knows exactly what happened. Kathy knows exactly what happened. Exactly.
To yourself. What have you done? All I've done was go fishing. All I've done is stay on the ground.
She's there beside where Summer's buried at. Summer's buried.
Now he's just adding to her words, talking over here. Adding things like she died beside where Summer's buried at, where she went fishing. He's trying to say she did indeed try to kill herself at the spot where they buried Summer.
At the damn tree by the fishing place where she used to rest up. Remember the picture she took of that tree and her back on it, and everybody said so.
And now look at the chat. Candace is so vile, she moved her baby's body. I don't know if I can cover this.
Something. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I suspect Summer's at that tree, because she always talked about where the red fern grows, where them dogs were buried in that under that tree there. She'd always talk about that. Now we can go from there with that speculation, whatever you want to say. It is speculation right now from people because we can't actually prove that. But it coming from one of the suspects' mouths, I think that's all the real proof you really need. What needs to happen is TBI needs to arrest Dawn and Candace on suspicion, and then get them and take them in different rooms because they've always been together. Take them in different rooms and then start interrogating good cop, bad cop, things like that. Then one's going to break. One will break. And Dawn's going to blame Candace, and then Candace is going to blame Dawn. Simple as that. Then you've got one or two liars right there. Take both of them. But anyways, keep going with the this gets interesting. I remember this. Watch what she does. This gets very interesting.
What have you taken? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. No fucking thing. I fucking took shit, man. It's fucking cold out here. Okay. Why ain't you? Why are you on the river somewhere? How did I know you was by the lake? How did I know you was by the lake? Cares? I can hear it in the background. Who cares? Why? By the way. Well, just listen. Listen. Oh, did you go to court Friday? All right. I have not went to court yet. Court has not come upon me. Okay, I thought you were supposed to win. I didn't. But anyway, no, not yet.
There you go, Kathy.
Oh, goddamn. I tell you what to do, just burp and get it out there. I went fucking down, man. I don't know, like, wow. Right, get it out there. Nothing out.
What's up, everybody? If you're just joining us, Ernie is lying, which is exactly what I said he would do. He went way farther. I clearly underestimated how disgusting he is. He said Dawn Wells murdered her with a claw hammer on that mattress, and that they left the mattress and used the sheet and left the sheet and didn't bother getting rid of that evidence. He also said Candace has now tried to kill herself the day that she was sick and I think hungover. I want to say she had an infection in her mouth and drank potentially. Anyway, she was fishing that day. He's now saying she tried to kill herself by where they buried Summer. So, yeah. There was some other shit too, but like I said, this is going to be very fucking rough. I don't do trigger warnings. So, if it's too much, don't. He's absolutely said Dawn was raping Summer, so that's why they had to kill her, because the CPS was coming and they were going to do a forensic investigation. He spared no gruesome details, and he's sicker than ever. So now you're caught up.
I gotta go lay down. Well, go lay down and get you some rest.
Yeah. Yep. How was it?
Okay, this is not Candace hungover. This is not Candace that's constipated. This is totally different. We've seen Candace over the years, and we know.
Now, she started off by saying, this is all allegedly, but now because Ernie's saying it, the entire fucking chat is falling for it, and so is Brooks. This is like the fighter pilot on fucking steroids. The chat saying things like, that vile bitch moved Summer's body. This is why she needs to be sued. And anybody's identity in the chat they know. Parents of missing children, I will gladly help you.
We know she is a professional drunk, okay? We know she slurs her words, she says things, but this is not hungover. This is not too much to drink. I hate when people just discount it and say, oh, Candace is just drunk. So where exactly is this water?
That's the $1 million question.
Okay.
That's the $1 million question. I know that she said there's a tree.
The chat is reminding me, so let me take back what I said. She was not hungover. The implants that were put in her mouth got infected. So she was very sick. I remember watching this and thinking, oh my gosh. Because it was way different than her typical shit. But now they're saying that she tried to kill herself. This is fucking trash.
She always props her stuff at. And she always goes to that tree. And I don't even think many people know where it's at all. I think it's just something she picked up over the years where she does. You know, she does like to go fishing. She does.
Thank
but
you very much.
instead of fishing, she would sit and talk to me all that time. She wasn't fishing. That's why I said that.
Flies on the coast log, thank you very much. They just dropped the actual factual information on Summerwell's case. As we know, it is not a criminal investigation. And even though they have not cleared the parents, and everyone is still a suspect in the disappearance of 5-year-old, well, she's not 5 anymore, Summerwell, they don't know. They don't know. And Although kids do not just vanish, there's no evidence as of right now to point one way or the other.
That water was so close, but it was so far away as well. Like she was close to the bank and you could hear the water. So that told me during the time some of the water would come in. It's a big body of water. It has to be.
Mhm.
So with that being said, she would sit and I believe that she would have panic attacks, and I believe that she did try to kill herself a couple times.
Mm.
Hold on one second. I got some company.
Hopefully it's the police, and hopefully you're going to jail.
Hang on, Ernie's got company.
Oh.
Sit down in the chair, and the first thing that she does is sit down on the floor and grabs the Legos and starts playing with Legos. When the doctor came from the back, she opened the door, and she looked at me and she said, "Candace." And I turned and looked at Candace, and I could see shock actually in the doctor's face, because she, I think was looking at me to be Candace, sitting in a chair, waiting to be seen, and then she was over there, Candace is sitting on the floor, playing with Legos. Like a child, yes. Do I feel the Lego thing was legit or a ploy to sing off?
There's a long line of people that have befriended Candace. I think they're horrible parents. I think they're despicable people. But nobody deserves to have their child go missing. If there was strong enough evidence for them to be guilty of neglect or not watching their children, so something did indeed happen, something wouldn't have happened, like, believe this or not, I found a couple babies in the street in my lifetime. It happens. Negligent parents often are the reason their children get either hit by a car, get murdered by accident or on purpose, abuse that leads to murder. I mean, there's so many things, but police generally know within the first 48 hours the road they're headed on investigation-wise. They've met with the DA several times. Many public outcries for more investigation, fresh set of eyes, many. Social media pressure, all of that. Hawkins County is staying the course. They feel there's not enough evidence one way or another. I know the FBI has assisted in this investigation, and still, through polygraphs, through questioning, FBI car team, at one point, I believe, did their own shit too, or to assist. Nothing. This girl is not anywhere. No leads. Either way, this is the worst case scenario in a long-term missing case. And these idiots thought it was a great idea. And most of them, as they get doxxed and we find out they can't even manage their own lives, their own children, they're fucking trauma vultures. They decide to befriend these parents. And then what do? Like Jenna, raw, real, and uncut. Perfect example. A woman who cannot manage her own life, but yet is going to befriend and give parenting advice to Candace Wells. Or Brooks, who cozied up to Stacey Wandra. This is not okay. Or Ernie fucking Shell, who signed away his own rights to his own child after he was arrested, at least once that we know of, for failure to pay child support. And instead of paying his child support, he blamed the mother of the child, flipped out, told everybody she was trying to kill him. They all belong together, but they do not belong doing this. I wish I could figure something out. I do. This shit kind of hits me, as I know it hits many of you.
Okay, no, like a boy. That's that's who she is. That's who she is. That's the level she's on. And she has never ordered anything offline. She's never written a check. So I had to fill out all the papers for her because she don't know how to do any of that. So and that's probably one reason she don't want to step away from Don because he handles it all for her. No matter what it is, he handles it all.
Yeah, lips too. There's so many.
You have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Why Kathy was so intent on making Candace this little, I got some on my screen, failing flower, I will never, ever know. Let's listen to this again.
Or not.
What have you done? Nothing.
6 o'clock from 3:03 from about 6.
Yeah, man. I don't know, like, wide open.
Nicolina's pissed, looks like. She's in there super chatting.
To her fishing place. She got there, and I think the call was around 6 o'clock from 3:03 from about 6 o'clock or something when she actually called me back. She was messing with her phone. Now this may not be this time right here because I talked to her a couple different times other than this right here. This is when I even told Tina and Sandra, I said, look, I said this is getting to her. This is breaking her. We're breaking her, but it's a slow process, and that's what it was with Candace. It was a very, very slow process to do anything. This is not when she admitted anything to me. It was probably a month and a half that we started really getting into it. Like we had to build that rapport up for each other to understand each other. And then, I mean, like from this point on, this was like messenger talks. This right here was like messenger stuff. I couldn't call her from the phone because if I called her from the phone, Benny Keys knew exactly when I was calling. And then she would look down at her phone and I'd be like, it's him, ain't it? Yeah. Every time I call, Benny would call. It's him. She'd be like, yeah, it's him. It's him. So,
and that was odd to me that he had so many controls. Like he had, the app to their cameras on his phone.
Yes, he did.
I've got a couple of questions and then we'll get to Kathy.
Yeah, for sure.
Jules of True Crime Reactions, love her channel. I quit covering the Idaho 4 case because I keep up with it on my friend Jules' channel. She has a great channel. You guys, if you're not subscribed, get over there. She said, okay, so hear me out. Maybe she was retching because of smell if a body was there. Just saying. Any comment on that, Ernie?
Can you repeat that over? I was fixing something here. I couldn't hardly hear it. It went in and out.
It's okay. She said, okay, so hear me out. Maybe she was retching because of smell if a body was there.
Like blah, blah, like she's digging in the ground. Yep.
Because just because EquiSearch didn't come across anything or the search doesn't mean Candace can't go to the exact place where she knows.
Well, EquiSearch didn't even go down toward her favorite fishing hole, and nobody even knew where it was even at. So that was out of the question. EquiSearch, they searched around the areas, but this lake, I mean, if you go to Tennessee and you're in Tennessee, I don't know exactly what state you're in or whatever, but there's lots of places that could be her favorite fishing place.
Yeah. Okay, we have another question from 2 Boston moms. She said, is this the same day Ernie met her and gave her the phone?
Whoops. There we go. Oh, he dropped, Ran. Hold on, I'll drop the link again. Let me play this.
This may have been. I'll have to look. Like I said, it's been so long ago, and I've been off of it, but this may have been. I think it might have been because it was kind of dark. It was nighttime.
What's up, Ran?
Good morning, everybody. I just want to say, everybody that has any sort of backstory with this case, this is going to be horrible. I have no doubt. I don't even know Summer, but I followed her from the day she was missing. And this motherfucker, excuse my mouth, I wish I could put my fucking knee up his nuts, but I know he doesn't have any, and please excuse my mouth. I don't even know what to say. I know that I used to follow this creator when this case first started, and I found her and her panel guests totally like rainbows and unicorn dust out her ass. I really at the time. Now, maybe she's changed, but I just did not find her to be the most credible individual on the face of the earth. And this person that's talking right now, Crime Lines.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I used to follow Tamori, and then at the crack of early, and then from Tamori, it went to her because at the time I was working, and so she was like the only creator on. However, I did listen and follow, because Don at the time panel hopped. And so Don said a lot of shit, excuse me, but that's all that was. He was always high, and anybody that followed this, you saw him go from panel to panel to panel, oh, woe is me, with different stuff. I have my own opinion, okay, and I just want to share that they are innocent until proven guilty. I will say, from the bottom of my heart, it's very suspect. I don't know of any parent that would handle this situation the way that they chose to. Any. You know, they have done some really shitty things. And everybody needs to remember from the get-go, they had 7 kids between them, and every child that they've had has been removed from one another, from them. Okay? They had options there. Don't even begin to thinking, oh, woe is them. Okay, if you saw that house, I don't want to keep you, I don't want to tie up anybody's time. I'm not good with my tech here, but I just want you all to understand those children were living in a vile, squalor house. Okay, from the people, I mean, and I listened to different people that went there, and I saw the actual house, and it was disgusting. I wouldn't let, any of my furry creatures live in that motherfucking house. It didn't even have a bathroom door. I want everybody to understand there was 2 fucking adults and 4 children in there, 4 children at the time, and it had no bathroom door. And they co-showered, okay? It's very strange to me. And then you have all this evidence coming out where Don allegedly did things to his stepsisters. And fact is, when he did that, they were approximately the same age as Summer Wells was when she went missing. All right, now, some of you know my path is law enforcement, okay? Anything training that I have had, okay, a predator doesn't just get over being a predator. They don't just wake up and go, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore, even though that's my child. They usually find something to replace it. And I just want you to keep that in mind. Once again, I'm not saying they're guilty. I just want everybody to understand that you just don't go, okay, I'm not going to touch children anymore. It really does not work that way. And it's disgusting. You know, and some of the key things, just so you know, when I heard Don speaking, I will never forget the words that he shared the last time he saw Summer, is my hand ran across her chest the morning she went missing. What the hell is that? And then he referred to her, keeping in mind she was 7 when she went missing. As a young lady. Those are kind of some key words to myself. But to go panel hopping and I don't think Don was ever on a panel sober when this first went on. And I do understand that too. Don't get me wrong. I get that. Because I can't even imagine. But the fact you never got off your ass and went and looked for her and did any fucking thing, and now you want to go, woe is me, I'm not okay with it. But, you know, different people, they handle things differently. I am in no way of saying they're guilty. However, this motherfucker that has interjected himself in this is bullshit. And from the way back when, I don't know, like I told you, I followed everything. I remember when he went to Candace's house with the pizza. And if y'all remember, yeah, he was higher than a kite, but it's like he wanted to do something. Now I'm hearing with this phone and this bag, I got some questions for that motherfucker myself. It was like he wanted to find something, or my opinion at the time is like, man, what's he doing? What's he want to drop off? And I just want you all to remember that, okay? Many blessings to all the victims, and please don't let this get in your head. If you've got to walk away, please walk away. And just know that this group, we are all here as a group, and we support everybody in this group, okay? We don't name call, we don't have issues with gender, we don't have issues. So I just want you all to keep that in mind. All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you can kick me because I don't know how to get myself down from there. Thank you.
Okay, so kick, not ban. Kick. Okay, got it. Oh, I appreciate you, Rand. All right, we'll get back. Listen, again, protect your mental health. Oh, I still kind of want to punch something. Not gonna lie.
And she only went there. She was fishing in the evening. Candace would never fish in the daytime. She was fishing in the evening time because that limits her visibility. That limits her visibility. That limits people seeing her actually go there where she's at and everything. But what got me really thinking, because I even wrote all this down in a notebook that I had, is when she says, I've been on the ground. Like, I knew that Candace didn't care about, cleanliness and all that, and she would dig through the ground, but she's mourning, and she's literally like, this is guilt. When you hear that coming out of her mouth and you hear that little strange noise, that's what people do when they find out that they just lost a loved one. And that's what that is. And she knows, because you can imagine it'd be 10 times or 100 times even harder on a normal person, or on her, than it would be a normal person, because she's responsible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. It's guilt. It was guilt. And I'll say that to this day. It was guilt.
Mm-hmm. Coco Pop has a great comment. And I remember Dave Radar saying this. He was on duty, Ron. He's always said she could have been moved.
Well, look, when she was hitting that with a shovel, and that was brought out to me, that was like right after she had thrown the, and here's the thing too, they had a little army-like little shovel thing in the back of her car where her fishing stuff was at. There was a shovel. It was a little small, like, have you seen those spades? It was like a spade. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. So if you're talking about that, then it couldn't have been dug deep far. It can't be dug deep far, and it might have been moved a couple of times. I don't know that. That was never brought up, and that was never discussed, because, of course, we never got to whether or not that was actual body that was Summers, in that. Everything got destroyed pretty much right after I started talking to Candace and putting this stuff together. When I prank called Don Wells, mm-hmm. You remember when Don was out? Remember when he got out? I prank called him, and I said, "This is Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Right? Well, he's a Predator Nation." And I got him to talk. What I was doing is I was testing his mindset and seeing what I could get over on him and what I couldn't get over on him. That's all I was doing, just to see if he would just try to double verify me. A lot of people don't do that. They automatically assume that you're the person that you say you are, right?
Yeah.
That's very dangerous. That's what predators do these days too, as well. Now, what I did is I just testing his mindset, his skill level, and seeing where his mind was actually at. Of course, he had been drinking a little bit or something, maybe a little bit of drugs or something. But I had him in a comfortable position. We turned the water on. I was by the kitchen. We turned the water on. That way you could hear the water in the background, because it's a proven fact. Any kind of interrogation, your body automatically relaxes. Your body relaxes when you're around a stream. When you're around a stream or water. You ever notice when you're out picnicking or something and you go by a stream or something, how you sit there, you want to sit there a little longer, and you kind of like just start relaxing, and you get that second deep breath that you don't have nowhere else. You go and you relax.
Yeah, this is, oh my God. This idiot. He's got it in his brain. Now, I want you to think, how many pictures have you seen of Ernie in front of a waterfall? But then I have clips that I was just listening to last night. Actually, the clip is on Constant Sue's playlist. I will get it and drop it in just a second. I just can't remember what video off the top of my head. Constant Sue has a Ernie Shell Don Wells playlist. This video's on it. This video where he said he's pedos like waterfalls. And I'm not calling Ernie Shell a pedophile. I'm just saying he takes a whole lot of pictures in front of waterfalls for him to say, well, pedophiles and the waterfalls mean and running water means all this weirdo shit. So I'll get the link. Oh, God.
I heard you have cool air. You're listening to the water. You have more
Exactly.
oxygen
When I
around.
heard Don doing that, that's when I knew to make my move. Of course, we had Tina, Xander. Xander had him on record. Tina had him on record. And we had another computer device that we had set up that also had him on record. And then that's when the question started. And if you listen to that interview, do you have that interview that you could play for these people? Because it plainly tells you out everything that Candace has told for the last 2 times, whoever the 2 people, or beside me, whoever the other person is, and they keep naming the hammer. Don pretty much paints a picture, just like a serial killer would, of what he done to Summer in this whole thing. And when he says they had to get rid of the evidence, and then they killed her, is what he says. Well, you don't just get rid of evidence. You don't get rid of evidence first. You get rid of the evidence after you use what you used to do it. But he was talking about sexual assault and what happened.
Well, let's talk about that. And I don't want to put anything more on Summer than is already there. I mean, she is missing and she had a horrible life. I mean, I'm sorry, that house is disgusting. She has parents that put everything before their children. I mean,
well, let's say this right here, right fast. Before they become in the public eye, before they was on the Dr. Phil, before they was public, you have to go back to that because that was when it happened. You see, in the public eye, people are different people. They was God's gift to everything in the public eye. You know, Don was Christian and all this. Hey, brother, I'll pray for you, right? But what was he doing when Summer actually went missing? What kind of person was he? That's why you got to do your field interviews. And the people I talked to around that area, would tell me, all it was a sex house. They would go up there, even with the kids. They didn't have nobody to watch the kids. They would be people having sex in the next room, high off their damn head. They'd be so knocked out, they didn't even know what was going on and who was even in there with their kids. They'd have 4 or 5 different people up in that little small house, and the kids' bedrooms. Well, you know how it was. You've seen all the remodeling they did before, even it was after, right? It was a sham. It was nasty. It was hell. There was condoms. Hell, when me and Xander went up there to take the pizza up there to Candace, the house was so damn nasty. There was condoms in the floor. There was condoms laying on the floor.
I don't doubt it because I've heard.
Yo, he didn't even. Okay, I have the worst memory ever was. I'm gonna tell you real quick. This was when I first came to YouTube. I had no idea about anything. I never even realized there was a chat. This is how new I was to YouTube. Okay, this was the very beginning for me. First 6 months I was on YouTube, I was watching shit like this. I watched Ernie Shell take the pizza to Candace. Candace didn't answer the fucking door. You're a liar. Okay? My memory is terrible. And I even know she didn't answer the door. And then you guys got pulled over after that.
Heard all these stories. And honestly, I've heard some of them from Don and Candace.
Lies. Now there's
So,
condoms.
You know, it does not take rocket science to put this together. And if you have that interview with Don and me when I prank call him, all you got to do is you can type it on YouTube and find it. I mean, everybody's knocked it out of the water on it.
Interrupt you. I just want to remind the chat again that we're here for Summer and that all of this has been turned into law enforcement. What they do with the information.
Whoa, what? Sorry, I talked over it, guys. I'm sorry. Getting busy.
So, you know, it does not take rocket science to put this together. And if you have that interview with Don and me when I prank call him, all you got to do is you can type it on YouTube and find it. I mean, everybody's knocked it out of the water on it.
Interrupt you. I just want to remind the chat again that we're here for Summer and that all of this has been turned into law enforcement. What they do with the information that is given to them, not just in the case of Summer Wells, but every case, is on them. You know, they have to prove what they've been told. Now, I have a question from Vet Girl. Love you, Vet Girl. Cotton Simpson, do you know of or about him? This came up with the whole Fred situation. When
Was never brought up. Was never brought up. It was a two-party situation. It was Candace and Don.
Okay, all right. I have another question. A couple people want to know how you got involved.
Okay, so there was an old lady and an old man that had a bunch of files, and he said that the law enforcement we didn't know nothing about the case, guys. The day Summer went missing, we was filming our first predator bust, our first child predator bust over in the Newport Park. So an hour away. During that time, when I was talking to the Department of Homeland Security and the sheriff's office, I had on my phone that Amber Alert was coming across my phone. The Amber Alert was coming across my phone. And I was looking at it and I was like, look at this, check this out, guys. This ain't that far from us. And that was before we even done the predator bust. We was actually talking to the sheriff department about Michael Whitaker, who worked for the sheriff department, who was a link to the Homeland Security. We was talking with him, and he was saying, well, you guys go get this guy and we'll be ready for him. We'll be ready. What we didn't know is it was a championship ball game and every little kid and everything was there. And he had been walking for 5.5 hours waiting on this child, or waiting on who he thought was a 15-year-old to meet him for online for sex. He was going to take him by the tracks or whatever down there through there or something. And it was all on the chat logs. So during this time, Summer Wells thing just kept going, rant, 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 rant. There was like 2 or 3 different ones of them. And, we looked into it, but we never really associated ourselves in with it and didn't get into it until those people a month and a half, 2 months later, it came to us. And they said, look, here's the files, they gave us a big old packet of maps, everything. I mean, I didn't even know what we was getting into. And of course, we jumped into it. I contacted Don Wells. And Don Wells had agreed to an interview. He didn't know us from Adam. He had heard about us, but he didn't know who we were. So with that being said, Cher had canceled the interview. That's when Cher was his money maker, or that was when she was making all the money, and she was pretty much Don's go-to person. So Cher had canceled the interview. Well, hell, I'd already said no because of that day. We was just going to drive down there. I didn't even know where he lived at. I mean, we had a Hummer and we had all the gear. We had everything with us. We had the whole team of Predator Hunter Nation, and we was going to do that interview, hell or high water. That's the way it was with me. I didn't give a damn about anything else. I cared about that damn interview. And when I jumped into it, I jumped into it too soon. And all we cared about was, finding Summer. That's all we cared about. And of course, with all that, that's what happened. And of course, Benny Keys that night or the next night had contacted me because I thought he was just a radio guy. I didn't know who he was. I wasn't on YouTube like that. I didn't know who he even was. All I was a private investigator at that time. That was it. I was a real life private investigator, and I was licensed in 10 different states. I worked for ASI. We would take on contracts, whether it was people who act like they got hurt. We would work on workers' comp. We would work on different things. Just depends on what contract was. Hell, they had me down in Texas doing things. But anyways, Benny Keys contacted me. He said, yes, sir. He was doing his proper lawyer talk like he always does to try to get in. And then he goes to his slang. But he was being real nice and professional and all that. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, I got a big show and I want you here and I want to interview. And then all that, that's when it all happened.
Okay, quick question, because I remember when you took the pizza, you didn't go inside. You had to leave it on top of the car. So when were you inside the house?
No, Candace had actually passed out.
Holy shit, Brooks. All right. Maybe it's getting good.
You could see through the windows. You could see through windows. The windows were clear, little block squares. You could see through the window.
You are a fucking liar. You just said they were all over the floor. You would not.
Window of her door. And that's how you could see how messy it was inside. I mean, you could just look through and you got a vision of everything. You could see condom wrappers and like actual condoms. It was condoms like 4 foot from the door, like literally like 4.
Can I just be real honest? Listen, not that I have any personal experience with this at all, but the reason people that do drugs have a higher instance of STDs and stuff is because they share needles and they don't use condoms. Why would condom wrappers and condoms? I'm certain if it was a dope house and drinking was involved in all these things, these people can't afford frozen pizzas. Remember the story about the stealing of the pizzas? I didn't spread it. I just heard it. It was dollar pizzas that they were stealing from Walmart to feed the kids. I highly doubt they're buying condoms. Stop it. This is fucking ridiculous.
4 foot from the freaking door. There was another thing thrown over the table, and Candace had fell across the table, passed out. And you could see her feet, but you couldn't see the rest of her. And I was knocking on the door, and you can hear me in the live. I see her feet, or I see some part of her. That's what I said. And but she never would open the door. So we left the pizza on top of the car. Whatever happened with the pizza. I know we was out about 28 or 29 bucks.
Yeah, I saw the pictures, and God.
And yeah, and then we went, and then Lisa and I, we went and bought dog food, cat food, houses for the cats, dog supplies. We spent like I want to say it's like $130, $135 in Walmart, and we took it over to them and everything. So there was a live about it. There's actually a live about it. Do you remember the police?
I was just trying to remember the layout of the house. Just fucking thinking that. And I'm like, I remember, what's his name? McDonough walking in. God, I just can't remember for the life of me the layout of the house. Ridiculous.
When I was up there, they got a flat tire, and I scared the sheriff's department to death when I walked up on them because they didn't hear me.
I don't remember that part now.
Benny Keys had called the police.
All right,
Hell, he called the SWAT team, I believe. I don't know.
Okay.
He was on his live calling the police.
Or is it?
Go ahead.
Real Rockin' Robin said she saw that when all that went down.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Every time that I would even say, "Hey, I'm in Hawkins County. What could I be doing?" Like that, just to test how Benny would react, because I wanted to see how he would react to it. And of course, he would call the police. Oh, he's threatening Candace right now. I'm her overseer. I'm her. I forget what word they was using for that. He was their. Help me out here with them. What Shara was, what Benny was, what Tim was. Their manager, whatever, their agent, whatever it is. You know how they did. You got to go through them to talk to anybody.
The storm might be rolling in. It's not wanting to pause. The dogs and cats were there when him and Lisa pulled up, and they did. It was a spectacle. Ernie always makes everything such a fucking spectacle. They did buy animal food, but this is so fucking frustrating.
That's what he would do. And then again, Hawkins County would come up. Hell, they pulled us over. They pulled me and Xander over that night. Remember that? We got pulled over that night. When we took the pizza, we got pulled over.
Yeah.
You know, so sad for Summer. It really is. I really want to talk about Kathy for a minute. I really do. And then we're going to talk about the NDA that Dawn wanted you to sign. I know many people had to sign it, and a few other things. First, let's start.
I'm the only one. Let's do that first. I'm the only one with that NDA. Hell, there was puppies given away. There was people loving everything and all that. But I'm the only one that didn't sign that NDA. And a matter of fact, I told him, I said he can stick it up his ass. There's no way I'll ever sign an NDA when it comes to a missing child. I'll never take money for a missing child, and I didn't. I never did. When I talked about Summer Wells, I would remove my Cash App and PayPal. There's only one time that I got carried away on a live that wasn't even about Summer Wells, because my heart was so much into it and passion that I started talking, and I actually had my Cash App up. That's the only time. And then somebody reminded me, and I removed it.
Yes, we're streaming Crime Lines and Live. I don't know why I have such a hard time. He is on, we're about 30 minutes behind. He is on her panel.
That's the only time. So everybody else, you know, Benny Keys, his 76,000 and all that. Like when he would have Candace putting aluminum foil, Candace said he would have her. That was his idea, to put the aluminum foil on her head and make the little twig sticking out of it. And they do 12-hour lives. And she said she'd be so tired that she didn't even want to do it. And he raised like $8,000 or $9,000. And he would get. Remember when I showed you what from her Cash App to his? She showed me everything that he had gave over. That gave over to her. It was like $75 one time, $25. There was a $50 and a $10. But he made thousands of dollars. He made thousands of dollars. That family, let's say that family wasn't suspects, and they were actually innocent people, which they're not innocent anyways. And they were innocent, and they needed that money to survive on or whatever. Well, they didn't get that money. Benny Keys got that money. Benny Keys made $7,000 or $8,000 in one day.
Well, then why?
Okay, you literally just said Dawn Wells killed Summer with a claw hammer, and Candace is intentionally covering that information up. I'd prefer Benny had money too. Pick a lane, dude. Pick a fucking lane. You can't have it both ways.
Well, then why can't he get out of jail?
Oh my God. His mom has bailed him out so much, he's paying for his crimes now. He's paying for what he's got to do. Money don't mean that you're going to get out of jail all the time. I mean, his mommy would get him out of jail as soon as she could. But now, I guess he's paying his stuff. I don't know. And they may have fell out. I don't even know. I don't know nothing about Bitty Keys now. Don't want to know. So.
Well, let's talk about Kathy, the friend, because she came into the picture months before Summer got gone, in quotes. She had a crazy relationship with Candace, and she just disappeared from YouTube. It could be because CPS came to visit her, because a person of interest was living with her. It could be because of the pills. It could be because she had the box with Summer's jacket for a very long time. I don't know. I mean, she got caught lying when she said that she took the box to her local law enforcement and they didn't want it. Well, why would they? It's not their jurisdiction. Take it to Hawkins County. Take it to the TBI. You know, you drive all over Hell's Half Acre to camp. Why didn't you take it to the appropriate person? So this is something from When Evil Enters, talking about these two. And I've got more.
I don't give a shit about your daughter.
Well, I do give a shit about my daughter. It's the fucking Ernie.
Okay, that's you yelling at Candace saying you don't give a shit about your daughter. Candace goes, I do give a shit about my daughter. And then Kathy gets mad that she's on the phone. Do you remember this night?
Yeah, she got mad because she said, "Who you talking to?" And she said, "It's Ernie." And she said, "No." And she comes through her and she says, "F you, Ernie." And she's like, "Oh, I'll just be a minute. I'll just be a minute." No, she didn't want her talking to me.
Let me turn on the closed captioning. Maybe that'll help. Hang on.
I don't give a shit about your daughter.
Well, I do give a shit about my daughter. It's the fucking Ernie. Oh my God. Stop yelling, please. No, fuck you, Ernie. Please stop yelling. Please stop yelling. Hello?
So Kathy, the friend, Kathy, the Christian, is just yelling, F you, Ernie, F you, Ernie, F you, Ernie. After you say to Candace, you don't care about your daughter.
Please stop yelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Please just stop yelling.
I ain't got nothing against it. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, like I said, you know.
But I feel like you played me, though.
How'd I play you? Did I get anything from you? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
How did I play you?
Okay, now listen to her voice. The thick tongue, the, you know, almost sounds like Jody Sue a little bit. Okay, according to Kathy, the friend, Candace didn't have a drop.
Good morning, NSC lady. What kind of fucking picture is that? That's ridiculous.
Of liquor the whole time they were together. Now, this is the reason I'm saying between this video and the one of her by the fishing hole, it's a big difference. The one by the fishing hole is her retching from something making her physically sick. This is our can't drunk.
Well, because I feel like every time we talk, which should be personal talk.
Good morning, Jesse.
It goes out on the internet.
You were supposed to came out and talk about.
Good morning, Holly Dolly.
You want, you know, you could have turned everybody to your side. You could have turned everybody to your side.
Yeah.
Not on my standard time.
Your daughter's been gone 10 months.
No shit.
Well, when was your standard time? When is your standard time, Candace?
I already know.
When is your standard time?
Well, you know, it takes a lot of me to go public with a lot of that problem. Like, I can't comprehend that shit. Like, it's easy for you
pause
to
it right there. Pause it right there.
Fucking, hey, I do this and I do.
I started that question off.
It's easy for you, but it's not easy for me.
It's easy for me to do it, Candace, because I'm real and I really do care. I wanted to bring your daughter home.
Yeah, you don't think I fucking know?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think BK wants your daughter home?
No, he don't. He don't give a fuck less. Benny Keys don't give a fuck about nobody but himself.
me ask you a question. When is your time? When you gonna tell everybody what happened?
Man, okay, look. Give me 2 days, and me and you are gonna go live.
At this point, I'd already turned it into the TBI. At this point, it was already turned into the TBI.
Give me 2 days.
I'll give you 2 days. I need to rest anyways.
Give me 2 days. Yeah, you need to after I see what happened.
Well, you be good. Get out of here. Go get rest. 2 days.
2 days, bro.
2 days. Well, I'm giving you 2 days, and we'll go live. 2 days. I'm scheduling it right now. What do you want me to say?
Hey, Ernie. Just talk. Don't show your face. I know, show my face.
They know it.
Hey, Ernie. I'm telling you right now. Quit fucking with her.
She called me. She called me.
Well, all right. Well, if she called you, that's only because, like, you know, she's pissed that everybody keeps on doing what the fuck they're doing. They're like making up fucking bullshit, and it's bullshit, man. You don't make up fucking shit, fucking back your fucking ass up.
So, just to, again, allegedly, help can go either way. If they are indeed responsible, he absolutely helped deflect and cover up and do all kinds of weirdo shit on the internet. But if you're asking if he helped in a beneficial way for innocent parents, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You know, it's.
And the week before is when Candace and Kathy went live with that Amazon wish list, which everyone thought was for Candace and Benny, but it was for the two of them to have their summer of love.
Well, if you listen to the first of it, I'm wanting Candace to admit by that time TBI already knew everything they needed to know about it. They already knew everything. I'd already turned everything in, what she said, what had happened, all that. After this is when all hell really breaks loose. But listen, if you look in the front of it, when she's starting to talk, she stutters a couple of different times and she don't know exactly what to say. When she's saying, this is hard on me, she's pretty much giving it away right there. She's giving it away. That's why Kathy's standing right beside of her. And then that's when she has to, both of them are throwing the subject off is what they're doing. That's why it's taking them so long to answer. Because if you look at me, I'm hitting them with open-ended questions. Every question I'm asking is bam, bam, bam. Like when she says, you don't think I care about my daughter? Notice there was no response from me. No response whatsoever. And then I went to BK. And then I knew, I was like, what BK and all that. No, BK don't care about my daughter. But the thing about it is, the fact of the matter is, I hit her with open-ended questions so she would break. And she did. She did. So when people put all this other stuff and all these other characters, in the Summer Wells case, every week there was a new character. There was a new character every single freaking week. A new character was introduced, right?
Oh yeah, all the time. And that's why the DA said this. I mean, listen to what the DA said. This is important.
It's okay, Randy.
This is a very complicated issue that has been made more complicated by the players in this drama.
I mean, that's the prosecuting attorney of Hawkins County saying by the players in this drama, and Kathy is one of them.
Let me tie it together real fast for you because I've got a lot of things. I've got to get to the doctor in New York City. I've got a lot of driving to do. I've got about 9.5 hours of driving. But listen, let me just say this to the people.
Never mind. I'll shut up.
She was hurt in the swimming pool, or in not swimming pool, but the swimming hole. Okay, she had got hurt. They rushed her home. She was knocked in the head. The pillow was placed on her head, and she was suffocated. That's why, in one of the interviews, Candace missed about the suffocation. She said, "I'm suffocated."
You're not like that.
Yep.
That's why Benny Keys had to have the pillow and the shoe and all that stuff that he took with him. Now, here's the thing. It was on the mattress. It was actually, the mattress was used, and they need to find whatever happened with the mattress. I think it was all thrown out afterwards and all that. That's the whole thing about it. If you listen, Don is the one that comes through the back door. When he says on the interview, he paints a picture. He says, whatever predator come through that back door. Well, I thought Summer just wandered off. So that killed that theory. When Don told me they had to come up with a timeline, and they had 8 different timelines that they come up with. Listen, you don't just come up.
If I'm not mistaken, Kathy's, I don't know, I stopped watching after X amount of time. Kathy is somebody that actually stood by her. If I'm not mistaken, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. As opposed to Jenna or Lips or all the other freaks. Oh God, the one lady Lips interviewed, I have the clip. What's up, Chicky? The one lady Lips interviewed, she said that, I don't even want to repeat it. Summer was sacrificed. So a lot of people turned trick on Candace. And if I'm not mistaken, this lady's the only one that stood by her. So why she has, a, like you said, such a hard on for her, I just don't understand. Probably because she's the only one who didn't come out and make content for the fucking trauma vultures, to be honest. That's probably why she's got such a hard on for this one.
But with a timeline, you remember exactly what happened. Hey, whoa. You're not allowed just to come up with a timeline. You can't do that.
Right.
You know, they had all this time to come up with that. The thing about it is, Don thought he's going to get blamed for her head injury, that she'd hurt herself in the water. He knew CPS was coming the next day, and he had to make a rational decision, and he did. That's the fact.
Okay,
that's the fact.
It can't be both she was smothered and both the hammer, because we know Candace has spun a lot of stories.
No, she was hitting her head with a hammer, and then when she was, the scream that they heard, the faint scream, he put the pillar over her head and he smothered her. That's it. That's what she said. That's Candace's exact words to me.
And if you guys are just joining us, this topic is shitty today. Ernie Shell has a knack for talking about child rape, child murder in graphic detail. So if that is not a comfortable topic for you, you know, it's continuing to happen. I actually underestimated him a little bit. I didn't realize he was going to say some of the things he said and is continuing to say. So Ernie Shell is in his fucking prime of being a disgusting pervert today. And Brooks is allowing all of these things to come up and just happen. And I don't understand. I mean, I do. It's a grift, and this is the way they make their money and views. But in my opinion, she's selling her soul for this, and it's disgusting. But her other actions are also disgusting, so this is just another notch in her belt.
And that makes perfect sense. Benny Keys had to have the pillow. Benny Keys had to have the shoe out in the yard.
Well, and let's talk about the timeline. And I don't mean the afternoon of June 15th, because we'll never know that, because no one's going to tell the truth about that.
Look, even Jody, even Jody at the end of one of my lives, I said, Jody, I said, it was controlled. She said, yes, it was controlled. I knew then. I knew I was right the whole time in this when I told everybody what was going on. But here's the fact of the matter is, I have PTSD myself from my brother and what he done, and him a serial killer.
You think so, but, and of course, he's got to talk about himself and Shelby Shell. You'd think his channel would die after this, but once again, like I posted a community post to Brooks last night after I went ahead and set up this live, and I said, please don't do that. Like, you know, I'm not saying you're going to be responsible, but let me give you an idea of who you're having on your panel. And he played a child snuff film on his channel. You know, Tiger Lori came and attacked me and said, that was just a movie. That was not a movie. That was a man killing 2 children with an axe at a daycare. I heard the screams because I was clipping. I cut out the child death part. It was not a movie. Those kids screamed. That was not a movie. But somehow this helped Ernie. He's been on one today. He wasn't supposed to go live this morning, but he did. He said, again, I only have a year now. If God willing, I come back. Oh. I'm not wishing death on him, but he has been saying he's dying since, 2021. I'm sure before, but that's when I can find evidence. So
I have that. I can't help that. So sometimes, things happen that shouldn't happen.
It was not.
I can't control that. This case broke me so bad. This hurt me so bad that I had to get off of it. We had all these people coming at us. We was stalked. Benny Keys was throwing everything he had at us.
Let's take a deep breath, because this is not about Benny. This is about Summer.
But it ties in. It ties in of the money situation and all the money.
That's the aftermath.
No, Thank you, Brooks. But why couldn't you get on him when he said that Don Wells killed Summer with a claw hammer and that we were staring at a bloody mattress? Why couldn't you interject then?
Okay, so June 14th, Don said to 2 separate news stations, June 14th, CPS came to the house and this was about BB guns. Yep. All right.
Yep.
Then he tells Clyda Trent that they want to do a physical on Summer on the 16th. He also fires Dudley on the 14th, and Dudley said he wasn't acting like himself. He was looking at his phone and looked a little melancholy, I guess you can say. So he tells Clyda Trent that CPS is coming back on Wednesday. Then, lo and behold, Summer goes missing on Tuesday. Then, of course, you know, YouTube and things like that get involved. But Kathy knows a lot more. You there, Ernie?
Yes, hold on 1 second.
Okay. Let's go back to this video.
Like, come on. It gets old and it's frustrating and it's bullshit. I'm just telling you right now, man.
Right.
It's fucking bullshit. And I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. If it's your fucking daughter and your daughter was motherfucking missing, you wouldn't want a bunch of people making up fucking bullshit about you.
No, but my ass will be out there trying to find and do everything they can to do it.
Yeah, well, look, you know, they told her she can and she can't do it.
Who said that?
That's what people don't fucking everybody has said that. Hawkins County said you can't go do this, you can't do this. You need to fucking listen. It ain't as easy as like getting up and going out. You don't know what the fuck Dawn did. Like her and I was talking.
We
love
like,
you. Who in the fuck knows that what the fuck he didn't do? Like
exactly.
Her, you know, whatever.
And nobody said nothing.
I know Don's responsible. I know Don's responsible.
That's one part of it. Candace is starting to look at my messages, so I'll hold off on a little bit. Again, guys, I'm probably going to take a couple breaks because, like I said, I'm really tired.
Well, and the sad fact of the matter is the 2 days didn't come. This is the issue. If you guys watch this little clip.
You weren't too tired to extort me and my family 2 days ago. What's happening? What's wrong, Ernie? Care to go for a round 3? Because, bitch, I stay ready.
I have. This is why Kathy, the friend, besides for whatever reason, she was 100% into Candace. If you watch Candace's reaction here, she was head over heels in love with Ernie. Watch her here when he pops on another panel.
Yeah, it's Ernie. Is that Ernie?
Yeah, that's Ernie.
Yeah, that's Ernie. Okay, come up, Ernie, if you want.
Yeah,
to.
he needs to come up and say hi, the old stranger.
Get up here, Ernie. Everybody's saying that you ditched me the other day when you come up here, which I know Ernie's in and out all the time. So Ernie don't really.
Yeah, he ditches everybody.
He does.
Trying to call him for weeks. Freaking won't even answer his phone.
I know. Ernie's just Ernie.
Unless he wants to be mean to me. Then I'll send him a message.
But yeah, I mean, he's more than welcome. You know, Don B, if you want to come up here and you got things to say, well, you need to come up here and apologize to Candace. This is your chance to make things right. There's Ernie on.
I'd like to talk
Ernie.
Hey. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Well,
do you remember me, Ernie?
I do remember you.
Okay.
We got clips up here.
Okay. Hey, stranger.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Oh my God, is that Candace?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Candace, you looking pretty good today.
I'm trying my best.
Her That's hair's good.
All long and stuff.
She's doing good, Ernie. She's doing real
Looks
good.
like straight and dried up and got your headphones set on. Lord.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Living the good life. I love you,
good.
Kinky.
That's her new nickname, Can. Can.
Ken.
What's
That's
today's
what we call
conversation
Ben
about,
Hilroth.
y'all?
We don't
Don B and his bull crap.
He's making T-shirts with Summer's name on it and selling it. This right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why would he do that? He ain't got no reason to be doing that.
Well, right.
He's supposed to be doing that.
And he's the one that's been stalked.
Okay, we don't care about Don B. But the whole turning on the camera, she wanted to make sure Ernie sees her, the whole 9 yards. That's the reason, in my opinion, we don't have to agree, that she was opening up to Ernie. And Ernie was really close. You know, I don't know how many recordings he has. I can't speak for what he has sent to TBI, Hawkins County. Ernie, you're muted.
Yes. I mean, you know, a lot of people say that. The thing about it is, I was natural. I was natural on it. I did what I could. I got what I could at the time that I had allowed. And, you know, that's all I can say. I don't talk about the case no more. It bothers me a lot. It still bothers me. But the thing about it is, I'm not going to go out there on a wild goose chase when good and well that I know that something's going on.
You bring it up once a week for the last, I don't even know, 6 months?
So, and I already know pretty much.
I appreciate you even talking to her for 2 seconds. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but this is when you confronted her with the information about Dawn in the shower with Summer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember this.
Do you have time for this? And
Yeah,
then I'm going to post on the show. Okay.
Yes, yes. I'm mad about it. Like, literally, like it just set him off. Like something to set him off.
Okay, like, I'll ask him about who he's talking to on the phone. That really pisses him off.
That's the question. When he's around you, when he's around you, he's sitting there doing this right here. When he lays his phone down, does he lay it where it's holding up like this? Or does he lay it where it's down like that?
No, it's usually upside down where nobody can see anything.
Right. Why do you think he does that?
I don't know. He don't want me to know who he's talking to.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever caught him doing? Nothing crazy now. Nothing crazy.
No. I'm not even going to say this online because no.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay.
No.
So
that's something I'd have to tell you in confidential, in private.
Okay. I understand that.
But oh god, there's about 1,000 things I can think of, but
right. Do you ever just I've never been to your house. I don't know what it looks like. Is it like a little trail that goes into the woods and stuff?
It's about 30 minutes.
I don't know. I don't go out in these woods.
Okay.
I stay right here at the front porch and right here where the vehicles are, and that's all the further I go. I don't go into the wood or into any freaking stupid trails or whatever anybody has said.
Right.
Fun fact for all of you. Fun fact. Candace says, I don't go down trails. I don't go in the woods. We know she's scared of the birds, the snakes, the coyotes. However, when she did a live a few weeks ago, a month ago, I guess, she was talking about some stray dogs on their property, and she had to go in the woods to find them. Now, what do you think about that, Ernie? That she can go into the woods to rescue a puppy, but not look for Summer.
Well, that just goes to show you she never joined the chat, or she never joined any of the searches at all. There was no searches even joined. She didn't care. She didn't care. They was in a hotel when the main search was going on. That just tells you.
Okay. You weren't there. You don't know. Okay. I'm not saying she did or she didn't. I'm saying they typically tell parents stay home, because if you go missing when we're trying to locate you, to either question you, talk to you, we need something from you, or if we find your kid, or you're out in the woods. It was June. The temperatures were already horrible. The brush is hard to get through. The terrain sucks ass. And there was people out there searching. The parents had to stay in the residence. I'm sick and tired of people acting like that's not a thing. They don't want the parents to search. If you happen to come across your child and something's happened, you're going to touch your child. You might run to your child, disturb the scene. There's a million things. Not to mention now, if Summer's been outside, which I choose to believe that she is alive, until proven otherwise. But let's say she is in the woods. Hello. You don't need to see that.
Right there. I mean, what parent would not be joining a search for their own child?
Well, I mean, on June 18th, 2021, her and Candace went to a water park.
Exactly. Notice in the video you just played, she said, I'll tell you about that in private. The reason I asked that question about embarrassing something, I knew she wouldn't on live say it, but I was testing her feelings out and how far she actually would go and what else she would give me. And that's why she said that.
I'll tell you about it in private. I was just testing the waters out. Is all I was doing. Testing the waters out.
And thank you all. As always, I offer a completely open chat. Thank you all for not disrespecting each other. Thank you all for saying, in my opinion, because we do know weirdos watch the chat and they pick up on things we say and they run with it. Thank you all for being adults and respectful and having some class about yourselves. It is really appreciated, especially after the shit I'm reading in this chat. I am shooketh.
Yep, there's June 18th. There's her and Candace at the water park. 3 days after Summer went missing.
Just
having
like
the time of their lives.
Buying a
the
motorcycle.
time of their lives.
And let me ask you this right here. Let me ask you a question. I want you to answer this question.
Sure.
If you knew what happened and you was a part of it, and things say that, like what I'm telling you, what happened, like if that's what happened, what I'm saying, would you take your time to look for a missing child and you already knowing the answers? No. You wouldn't have what you wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have that heart to go out there and look for a child. You already know. You already know. So why would you join a search knowing that, hey, they're not going to find her. They're not going to do this. It's a waste of time because you already knew where she's at in the first place. Think about it.
Well, I mean, I'm not looking for my keys right now because I know they're in my purse.
Have it.
There you go. Bingo.
I'm not looking for my car right now because I know it's in the garage. I'm not looking for my cat right now because I know he's in the bed sleeping. You don't look for something when you know where it's at. That's the reason they didn't take up with any of these searches. No parent would not participate in a search. Not a one of them. No way.
They wouldn't even lift a finger for a search.
Where are they going to search?
And you know,
and I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about nothing that's going to trigger nobody because that ain't what it's about tonight. You know, I'm just trying to, you know, do what I need to do and get everything situated before I've got to do what I got to do. But
All right. I hear you.
you know, so
I hear you.
we are you happier now, Candace?
Am I happier? Well, I'm
No,
happy,
I mean,
but I'll be really happy when I get my boys back. When I get my baby back, then I'll be really happy. I mean, I'm okay. I'm happy to a point. I mean, it's just me and the dogs here, but I'm happy to a point.
Yeah.
But without my kids, I'm not really happy.
Yes, Mr. Nobody. It's
My kids
bad.
were my world, my everything. Anything that ever meant to me were my kids.
Well, you see,
Like I said before, she's interjected herself into many cases. Little Michael Vaughn's case, I don't want to put words to it, make it something it wasn't, but to me, it looked awful weird that Stacy Wanderer was talking to her so often. She did put some recordings out. He, like, let her down gently and offered to be her marriage counselor. It was the weirdest shit I've seen. I couldn't watch it all. So it was that fucking weird. So she's made some really bad, sketchy choices. This is just another one of them.
they are your world, not were your world. They are your world. Remember that. I always have that.
Right.
Gotta be positive.
Sorry,
Be
I might
positive.
say that, but
It's okay.
they are my world.
We
And I
understand.
don't want,
Agreed.
You know,
without them, I can't go on living and breathing, period. End of discussion.
right. If you let me ask you a question. If you could say one thing to your daughter, what would it be?
One thing to my daughter.
I mean, you could say a sentence. If you could say a sentence or a phrase to her, or a paragraph, what would you say? Anything.
I'm praying and hoping that whoever has her and whoever has done something with her will please bring her back home to me because I miss her and I love her with all my heart.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You said whoever.
Now, this is a week after she said she had to put Summer to the side and she has to focus on the boys because the boys are alive. I showed what, Daisy said in her chat that Candace said both her and Fred say Summer is dead. I mean, come on. I've got a few questions in here. There's something that needs to be deleted. If you tell me who said it, I will find it. And no, members don't get timed out. If we have to delete something, we'll delete a comment, but no, members don't get timed out. So I'm getting stuff sent to me and I don't know where it's coming from, but no, we don't do that.
If you're talking about Ernie Shell, yes, she did deny them access. Thank fucking God. These people have no business on anyone's property. But but especially when you have a missing child. He legitimately, if you're just joining us, you didn't see before this, I was playing a video where he said EquiSearch was not qualified to search properties like his team. Oh my. So yeah, I would not let him on my property currently, let alone if I had a missing child. God only knows what they would plan. We've seen the racetrack videos before I started streaming this. Took us down a little trip. And I think what I'll do is maybe later or tomorrow, I'll go live again and show more videos from this era. Because I think we need to, I definitely think we need to take a trip down memory lane with that shit. He is so out of his league. Especially watching, I haven't seen all of them, but watching it now, I'm just like, oh my God. I can't.
So what did you think about that?
Well, again, she lifted no hand to find her own daughter. She knew, and then she's focusing on the boys now. The fact of the matter is, did you notice what she said about her boys? And I caught her on it. Were is past tense,
yeah,
and are is present.
He said it today.
So that right there just showed she'd give up on everything pretty much. She give up on her boys. At the right amount, anything. This person here, when you say, you know, what makes me mad is, and I still look at it today, is this. When you have these creators who uphold Don and Candace and take them riding on a little four-wheeler, look at the cow, let's ring the bell, that stuff, knowing that Don Wells himself said, hey, I've been in places where these children are currently at. That right there to me says, hey, Don, turn your man card in right there. You know, any man that can say that and admit to that, there's nothing to it.
Wow. Says the guy who admitted to letting his girlfriend get gang raped, right? Thank you. Yeah. Anissa's channel, I will also be streaming over there. It'll be my other backup. This motherfucker, we just seen it, 12/20/2023 on Mama T's channel. I might have it. Oh, maybe I don't. I don't think I uploaded it. Yeah. He admits to letting a woman get gang raped. So, Ernie, your man card was turned in a long time ago. You and Don Wells, I'm sorry, I do not think Don Wells nor Candace Wells are the kind of people I would want to be around. They've lost all of their children, one way or another, and it is what it is. But are they guilty of murdering Summer? No. Are they even being charged? No. Everybody's a suspect. Everybody. They're no different. But they're still human beings at the end of the day. And we live in America where you're innocent till proven guilty, unless you're fucking these yahoos on YouTube who think they are the law. They also think they have a brain, so there's that.
Well, there's nothing to them. So, not trying to get off on subjects, but as you see, Candace didn't care. Candace didn't care. And that's what I was doing in that whole interview there. Candace did not care. And I was proving that by what I was saying.
Well, I mean, here's proof right here. I mean, she's at the water park with Candace on July 18th. I mean, come on. I mean, is that not proof?
Yes, Rand.
Look at that shit-eating grin.
Exactly. When you think about it, when you think about it, and you think about the purpose, look, there's always a motive. The motive was Don was done if CPS would have got their hands on Summer Wells, knowing the next day. It was a rational decision, and that's what happened to Summer. That's exactly what happened to Summer. Don was running out of time, and he knew it. How does this happen? Let me ask you a question. Tell me.
Sorry, but you do not have to let CPS on your property. You do not. They would have to have very justifiable proof, like the CPS worker watched you punch your child, where they could actually call the police and say, you know what, I just witnessed this. This is, I witnessed it with my eyes. You do not. And someone like, and I'm just going to throw this out there, Dawn and Candace probably knew that. If you've been in the system, you know the system. So.
one family you know that people have went missing more than one or two. Think about that. It don't happen.
I've said that a million times on this channel. I said those are lottery odds. It's one thing you can't find your child in the store. Your child got away from you at the zoo.
Pure speculation. Now I can't even talk. Pure speculation. What's up, TZ? Grace and Mercy. Pure speculation. They did, in my opinion, they did not follow through with what was asked of them, if I'm not mistaken. But I haven't seen court records, so that's just a few things I've seen, a few things I've heard in passing. I have no real proof. I don't think they followed through with what was asked of them to do.
Your child is playing with friends, but you have two people in one family that poof, vanished or gone. And you also have a lot of people that surround the Wells that have died.
Look, the fact of the matter is, when she hurt her head in the pool, or not, I mean in the water, if you would have went straight to the hospital with this child, who's going to be called? We all know the police is going to have to be called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or CPS, where they've already got a case, right? They're going to be called. Then that further alongs Don's escape. You see what I'm saying? He don't have that escape now, but now he's got a day. If he don't take her to the doctor, if they would have took her to the doctor, the CPS would have been involved. The doctors would have kept and done whatever, but the CPS would have been notified that this happened. That would make a more rational, make them make a rational decision. Now, Don knew that. Don knew he had one day and one day only. That's why it happened like it did. It's as simple as that. He paints the picture. They probably, they got. He says it plainly in that live. If you want to continue this, look, I'm not going to be doing no more lives for a while until my health gets better. But if you want to continue this and gather more information, like interviews and stuff with this, I would more than be happy to come up and talk to you about this, because you're true. You're a true person. Other people is in it for the money. They're in it for not Summer Wells. They want Summer Wells not to be found and all that. They don't want to know the truth. They put it out here and they drift off of it, and they do all this stuff with this child.
How people run their business and how they run their lives is not how I do things.
No, it is not.
But these people drive me insane. There is a little girl missing. Now, we talked about Kathy, and it's been speculated. Well, we know that they met before Summer went missing, that there's a pill connection there. Obviously there was a run to the hospital on June 15th. Now, some people will say, oh, that was just a cortisone shot. I mean, I don't know. You don't need to go to Walgreens for it. Then you see this from our girl, Can't. She's talking about Cam, who, by the way, I think his decline is because he became friends with Dawn and Candace. I've seen a lot.
I also know, if you look at, I like to look at the way the bureaucracies are ran and the funding. If you look at CPS, there's like 13 agencies that are above them. So they don't report to just one. It's a fucking mess. And if you don't have the right person there to get the grants and things that you need, or they don't know to do that, I think they're typically underfunded. So CPS is very scary in many ways. Some places are overzealous. I've seen some stories out of Florida that scared the shit out of me. So yeah, CPS, it's very scary how that's ran.
A lot of people spiral after getting into their web. There's Can't saying,
well, it's those NDAs they signed. They're best buddies out of that. No, they change. They're against them, and then they meet them, and they sign an NDA. They're giving a puppy. They're giving a bone, and the next thing you know, they're all gone. That's the way it is.
Yep. You get a free dog, and you sign an NDA, which that is so stupid, because we're talking about a criminal matter. I can prove that right now because this is from TBI. Foul play has not been ruled out, so there is an open criminal investigation. So here is Can't saying she busted Cam snoring pills, and I told him to leave, and I didn't want that stuff on my property. Now, can you see old Can't getting upset because somebody has some nose powder? We're talking about Candace. And Cam and Allie and them getting involved with the Wells is why they are, don't get me wrong. They have accountability to own up for too. But that is their spiral. That is their spiral because they were doing just fine. Okay, I want to get to this part.
Were they though?
Right?
Yeah, because I don't know.
I know that. I know you don't know. Do you know if
You're fucking
let's
making
bring it
fire.
back? What's that? It's all right.
What,
It's okay.
Ronnie?
Cry, dude.
It's okay, sweetie. It's okay.
It's all good, Mr. Nobody.
You know,
Yo.
Candace, I know you got 14 years with the man. I know that. I know that. I know that. This is crushing you, Candace.
Pause it right there. Pause it right there.
Uh-huh.
I already had the information on Don and Candace before I went into it. I knew they've been together 14 years. Look at the look in their eyes when I say I know you've been together for 14 years.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know that. And she thinks I know more than what I know. But what I'm trying to do is get her to pull her part, and that way I can make a connection that I'm right.
Trust and believe, if I was some super investigator, I wouldn't have to, hey, pause the video. Well, you know, I was sitting there with my left leg crossed over my right leg because that's a subliminal signal for Candace to de-escalate. No, listen, in your brain, that's your method, but in the reality, you didn't do any of this. You're making this up now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Does everyone in the chat see that? What's your change? What's your change? Rewind it there when I say that.
No, that girl said, so all this has been put out before, he said, and we're revisiting it. Yeah, we're going back through. I mean, everything that she spoke, well, not everything, that would take a long time. Everything she spoke to Ernie about.
Exactly, Ash.
But now look at her face.
He sounds stupid.
I mean, look at her face when you brought up the 14 years.
It's crushing.
I mean, wouldn't it anybody that lost a child or a child that has had anything like that? I mean, who the hell wouldn't it crush? Oh,
Let me ask you a question, Candace. You think is it crushing Don right now?
I don't know. He says it does, but I don't know.
How does he act? You see how it's doing you? You see how it's doing you in your heart right now? If you put a mirror onto him, is he showing the same results right now as you are? Is he having the same symptoms as you
No,
are?
I'm not there. I don't know. I don't see him.
But you talk to him on the phone, and I can hear it through your voice, just as plain as day. Do you hear it through his voice when he
I
talks to
talked
you?
to him on the phone. Okay, today I talked to him on the phone, and for the first time since he's been there, this is the first time I have heard him even be upset or hurt or anything like that. Today was the first time I've ever heard that in his voice.
Is he hurt because of Summer, or is he hurt because he's in jail? What do you think?
You know, I can't really tell, honestly. I mean,
right. You know that night that I was talking to him? Do you know that night that I was talking to him on the phone when he hit you?
Yeah, I heard about it.
When he hit you, when he was hitting you, right?
Yeah, well, let's not go over that, please.
Let's not.
I'd rather not.
Pause it. I'll go over it. I'll be gladly go over it.
Okay, please do, because she
No
doesn't
one,
know about it.
no one's ever heard this either. What happened is he was mad. He was mad for her talking to me because he was in the house and didn't know she was talking to me. When he come out, he asked, he said, "What did you say? What have you said?" Bam, he hit her. You can hear it. It's on a live. There's actually a live about it. And she said, "I didn't say nothing." He hit her with his fist. We're on live. I don't think he knows that. We're on live when this happens. He gets her to the door and he hits her again. And he said, "That he calls me that, but you could tell in his voice. That's what got me saying, hey, wait a minute. But she's admitting it right here. So we all know, and I was trying to get her just to, hey, yeah. And she did say, hey, yeah, he was hitting me. So why would someone hit someone on the phone? Because Don knows who I am. Don knows my past. Don knows exactly what I used to do. I was a bounty hunter over there where he lived at for 18 to 20 years off and on. And I was a private investigator for 10 different states. Don even says it in the live. I've looked you up, man. I know who you are. You did this. But he don't know that Candace is talking to me right there. But by God, you can see when he finds out, he hits her hard. You hear the lick through the phone. And she's, and then he hits her again. And then she goes to the door and he pushes her through the door. And I mean, it's in the live. She plainly talks about it. And you can see it in the live. You can find the live. And people have it out there.
And I don't advocate for domestic violence at all, but I mean, have you, contemplated that the abuse goes both ways in that marriage?
It does. It does. But when Don's mad, he's scary mad. And that's what she knows. And that's why she's not brought it out, because she understands that.
I mean, but the fact that she let the things go on in the home the way she did, I guess just to keep a roof over her head, tells me a lot. Now let's get to this part.
Maybe when I get out of my little situation, me and you can have a little talk, heart to heart.
Yeah, just make it. Why buy it?
Hell no, I ain't gonna shit. We're gonna meet out in a nice little public restaurant.
Oh, you got the googly eyes from her. Look at that.
I know. That's why I named the spaghetti, because I said you can buy spaghetti. Because in the prior ones, she'd already stated that, hey, I can make spaghetti. Remember when we was on, it was Prayer Gardens Live or something like that. She was talking about spaghetti, that she can make spaghetti for me. That's why I said that. I said, well, you can buy me spaghetti. That throwed her train of thought off. And I knew she's going to give me a rapid response like, no, I can make it. Boom, there.
Yeah, she wants you up there with the best sheets she can get from Dollar General. And, you know, Dawn's always talking about her damn spaghetti. It's spaghetti, ketchup, and hot dogs. And you're like, oh, hell no. We're going to go somewhere and eat. We're going to sit down and talk about this. I'd have thrown up in my mouth if she had said that to me.
If everybody sees what I done to her right there in the chat, put a 1 in the chat, because it was a gotcha moment. When I said buy spaghetti, I knew she wanted to make me spaghetti. I already knew that. But I knew that by saying that, I would get a rapid response real quick. Sometimes when people give them rapid responses out is when they tell a little bit too much. And watch what she does. Now I'm back on her side. She's giving me the googly eyes. I know I can ask her about any other hard question, and watch what happens. Go ahead.
Okay.
Don't want to go back into there.
Maybe when I get out of my little situation, me and you can have a little talk, heart to heart.
Yeah.
You can buy me some spaghetti.
Yeah. Why don't I just make it? Why buy it?
Hell no, I ain't gonna shit. We're gonna meet out in a nice little public restaurant or something like that.
What, you
might be
afraid I'm gonna kill you or something?
I don't know. I met a girl one time. She tried to eat me.
Oh my God. Look, I ain't killed nobody fixing my spaghetti.
But you're growing stronger, Candace. A lot stronger now.
I'm trying to.
Have you got anything to eat today?
I had
Do you have any food
this morning.
Do you have any food?
Man, I'm not worried about food. I don't worry about money. I don't care about all that bullshit. All I care is my daughter and my boys. That's the only thing I care about.
Let me ask you a question. One more thing. And I'm trying to get off of it because it hurts me too. It makes me spit up blood. But
this is Brooks from Crime Lines and Lies. I'll put her link back in the chat. What's up, Donna? We all have told her. She chose not to listen, and here we are. This has been a gross fucking life. I knew he was going to say some sick ass shit, and he definitely did. I underestimated just a little bit. I couldn't even offer to buy her spaghetti. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. And she was right not to trust him.
Well, don't do that, dude.
No, I'm okay. Listen, that is a good movie. I want you to watch that if you get a chance. Okay.
All right. Watch 411.
Yeah. What? Not no damn YouTuber. Watch the movie 411.
Yeah, I'm reading it across the thing. Ernie, tell her to watch 411. I get it.
Okay.
I heard
The movie.
Yeah, the movie 411. Yeah, got it.
Right. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Look at you. I got your undivided attention right now. It's like a little school person. It's in class sitting there waiting like, teacher, what am I learning now?
All ears.
Okay, you're all ears.
Exactly.
Okay,
What are you going to tell me now?
Okay, so check this out. Just one more question. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to offend you, and I don't want to do that because we're friends, and I don't want to do that.
Just fucking say it.
Okay, I'll say it.
Damn.
I heard, and I don't know if it's a fact or not, that your husband, used to take showers with Summer. Is that true?
No.
Yeah.
She recalled to the left. Did you notice that when she looked over? That's a lie.
We're going to see this again. I'm going to go back through it because he told Molly Golightly. She was in her kitchen. She about passed out when he said he took showers with Summer. He told other people, Candace rarely showers. So he would start to shower and the kids would come in there with him. But she goes, no. Look at this again.
Is that true?
No.
They are, Donna.
Yeah. Okay. He never took showers with her or nothing like that. And that's true. That's not true, right? Okay.
No.
Okay.
He never did.
Did he
I
ever
took showers with Summer.
You took showers with Summer. Okay. Did you ever see him act any way like abusive towards Summer?
No, I can
Any kind of
honestly say that Donnie loves Summer with all his heart. You know, boys are gonna be boys, so it's different when a little girl comes in the picture because that's a daddy's girl,
Okay.
right? Okay, that's
hold
the
on.
way it is.
Did you know that Don told
Okay,
Molly
Marcella.
O'Reilly that he did take showers with Summer?
Out of curiosity.
No, I did not know that.
There's a video recording of it. Of him saying he did.
I didn't know that.
Hold on a second. Can someone can anyone get a video recording of that? If that did happen, did take place? Like I said, I don't know much about the case. If that did take place, let me ask you a question, Candace. If that did take place and you see a video of him saying that, how are you gonna feel?
I'm gonna flip the fuck out, man. I'm gonna flip the fuck out for real.
So if you hear a video,
Okay. There is a video out there. He said it to more than one person. She goes, I'm going to flip the F out. I'm going to flip the F out for real. She knew. She knew.
She gives herself away like twice already.
When True was at the house, her and Hunter, okay? I don't know what was going on, you know? Who knows? One of their parties. It's safe to say Can't never flipped out. True said Dawn went to bed. Candace stripped Summer naked and said she has to go sleep with her daddy, and he always sleeps naked. And I thought, wow, this is a far stretch. Then we go to Springdale, Arkansas, when the police showed up because they had kids in their hotel room, which they weren't there. Anyway, she told the police, I have to, knock on the door first because he sleeps naked.
Did you also notice, have you ever heard the part where how Don sleeps naked? He sleeps upside down and the kids sleep on the other. You know that?
No, I never heard that one. Nope, I never heard that.
That's what Candace said when I mentioned all that stuff about the shower and the beds.
of him saying, yeah, I took showers with Summer.
I'm gonna fucking go off. I'm gonna. Somebody better have bail money.
Well, you can't get to him, obviously, now. Come on. You can't get to him. Now, let me ask you a question with this. If that is true, are you going to call him in jail on his little machine there? What would you say to him? What would you say to him?
Thank you, Marcella.
No, I'm gonna wait until he calls me tomorrow, and then I'm gonna unleash something that's never been unleashed before.
Really?
Yeah, because that is unacceptable.
These people in the chat.
I mean, don't play with me, dude. Do not play with me.
Listen.
Do not.
Listen, look at this. Melanie, read across the screen, Candace. I won't lie to you. Read it. There's a reason I asked that, because I know you didn't know about it. Read it across the screen, Candace. Don did say that. I heard it too. He did say it a few times, yes. Don definitely said it. It did. I heard him saying it. He did. How did she miss that? You see, I know you missed that. That's why I asked the question, Candace. You see?
I don't care that she missed it on YouTube. How did she miss it in her own home?
It doesn't happen.
It didn't happen. She knew. She knew why CPS was there, as Dawn told the news for Summer's 3-year. She knew why they were there on June 14th. He fired Dudley that day.
Yep.
He couldn't have any spying eyes on him. She knew that Summer was supposed to have.
We've success. And listen, I'm not here, like I said, I am not here to hurt anyone, period. Not a single solitary person. I hope that everybody stops taking advantage of people and just be entertaining. Even if you're lying, don't fucking pretend that you've got cancer, and don't fucking pretend that you're going to rescue kids. When he wasn't lying about those things, I left him alone. But he knows that we've all we're done. He's not getting the numbers in his chat to feed his whatever he gets from this, not to mention monetarily. The moment he puts Summer Wells, he will have these fucking freaks. And he'll have, 500-600 in his chat. And that's what he's doing. It's disgusting.
Have a physical on the 16th. She knew to be as busy as possible on the 15th. That was a very unusual day for Can't.
Well, they had to have their alibis all set in order and everything for what was going to happen. You know what's sad about it is Summer, either way, whatever, had no choice in the matter. That's sad and that's sick in the same direction.
I'm not even answering.
Summer never had a chance.
Prove to me that
and that's what makes me cry, to be quite honest. I mean, she never had a chance in that house.
Because I don't like him.
The deviancy, the alcohol, the rugs, as we have to say on YouTube. She didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk now. But he did say it.
He's not getting a link. He could fire up alive.
If I had the video, he said it live on YouTube, Candace. Candace.
Fuck no, man. Fucking no.
Candace, they heard the interview. Look at this. All these people here heard it.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had to take showers with her because Candace wouldn't or didn't, and that is the biggest line of BS I've ever heard.
Exactly.
He did it because he wanted to, is what they're saying.
Oh, they're
It's
waiting
okay,
for
Candace. You're not in trouble, Candace. You're the victim. I told you that at the beginning. I told you that. But it's up to you to unleash that, what you know. You see what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay. Unleash what you
the same way I've proved everything else for years successfully is the same reason I know he does not have cancer. The same reason all the licenses, when we really tack them down and investigate them, we realize they were temporary licenses and that 15 years he claims never happened. I mean, time and time and time again. It's getting old. I don't even realistically need to investigate anymore. So many people around me are. But just because it's an old habit, I just waste my afternoon and dig right into it or make phone calls. I do those things to just verify what he puts out. And if it's real, I will give him credit. But unfortunately, there's no credit to give. And I would love to give him credit. I really would. I love to cheer on the underdog. Ernie has shown that he will not stop being a disgusting liar. And if this did not prove once again how disgusting of a liar he is, I'm not letting him on my panel so he can put a murder on people that aren't even being investigated for a crime, just like the Rogers family, just like the Proudfoot family. I mean, these people all over the internet slander them. Love them or hate them, it doesn't matter. They're all suspects, but it's not a criminal investigation. This is America. We are innocent until proven guilty.
You know, Candace. Do it for your daughter. Notice you jumped out of the picture real fast.
Yeah, because you said do it for your daughter. Do it for your daughter.
It broke her.
She couldn't handle that conversation. She couldn't handle that conversation at all.
You see, asking the hard questions is the hard thing about it. You got to have a heart. You got to have passion, but you also got to have your smarts and your wits. You know, a lot of these YouTubers, they meet these people.
Ernie forgets he promised to destroy Anissa's career. Yesterday, day before, yeah, a lot of nerve coming in here. But I didn't send him money. I said, do your best, Ernie. Do your best. We've all been here before.
They meet these criminals like Candace and Don Wells, and they put them up on a pedestal, and they worship them pretty much, and they forget what their main subject and target really is, and that's finding a missing child. In this case, this missing child being Summer Wells. They don't care. They lose themselves in the moment. You ever heard of people that lose themselves in the moment when they meet a celebrity or somebody that's been on Dr. Phil or whatever?
Oh, yeah. They get enamored by the celebrity. Okay, we're getting some stuff deleted that doesn't need to be deleted. I know there's a lot going on. Let's just be extra careful. Mod Squad, you are the best. Just a reminder. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Good morning,
So, no, I actually muted out because I know you was I was looking at the chat too and seeing it. But the fact of the matter is, these people, they put themselves up to saying to the people before they go and they collect all this money and stuff. And then they go and they visit Don Wells and Candace Wells and they stay 2 or 3 days, whether hotel or in their house and everything. And then they come back with a different perspective of what the people has not even heard of before, something totally different. And then their best friends, they're showing them the cows. They got the cowbells, their best buddies. They're taking the photos with them when they lose interest of what's really there. And that's Summer, Moon, Utah, Wells in this case. Thank you.
Like you care.
Yep. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Her life, you know, what she had to deal with, what she had to witness, what she had to see.
What about all the children that are missing, though? Not to mention, you guys go on witch hunts. The stats are good luck finding them, for one, because honestly, you guys use the wrong stats for short-term missing. What if you're not even using the right stats for long-term missing. So you're basing your opinions off wild speculation because you don't even have the correct stats. It's so annoying.
Imagine her anxiety throughout the day. Look, I know there's nice pictures out there. But let's talk about her real life, because we know what goes on behind closed doors is not what you see on Facebook. And what I saw on Facebook was enough to make my stomach turn. It's horrible. Now, when you were getting the door, I played this. I didn't know if you had ever seen this before. This is when Kathy took Candace to a psych evaluation. Because Kathy, I'm not saying she has anything to do with Summer's disappearance, but I'm telling you, she knows a lot. And she needs to talk to the police, go under oath, give a deposition, whatever you want to call it, and help if she really cares. Because she spent all this time putting this together and putting her granddaughter's Amazon wish list out. She went to truck stops. She went to rest centers, Cracker Barrels, everything. Cash App, Kathy the friend. Addison's Amazon wish list. And she had these Easter eggs with a little miniature flyer of Summer. Okay, but the entire time that her boo thing, Candace, was with her, there they are together. She don't have her mask on there.
Yeah.
She wasn't doing anything for Summer. But then she comes out of the gate and says all this was going on. And sadly, I believe a lot was going on. Look at this, Ernie.
That's my favorite.
I went to her psychiatric evaluation when I first ordered it, and it was not.
Okay, so she's shown that she indeed put something together to get Summer's face out there and to be compensated because all of those things cost money. She's a villain, but she's close with Candace. You're mad because Candace isn't searching, but I know for a fact law enforcement told them not to search, but their very close friend is indeed trying to pass her flyers out, and that's wrong. Make this shit, you can't, oh my God, pick a fucking lane, people.
Not to, and at that time she really hadn't driven on the interstate. She hadn't driven very far, so she was really nervous. So I went with her, and then she didn't know how to work her GPS. So we get to the doctor's office. I sit down in a chair, and the first thing that she does is sit down on the floor and grabs the Legos and starts playing with Legos.
Yep, I remember.
When the doctor came from the back, she opened the door, and she looked at me and she said, "Candace." And I turned and looked at Candace, and I could see shock actually in the doctor's face because she, I think, was looking at me to be Candace, sitting in a chair waiting to be seen, and then she looked over there. Candace is sitting on the floor playing with Legos.
Why is she replaying this video? She's legit replayed this video 11 times. Oh, is it over? I hope so.
Amissa said, except we know Candace has driven on the interstate. She has posted videos of driving to Wisconsin with the kids. And there's Kathy saying she's never driven on the interstate. She's never wrote a check. No, some people haven't written a check, but she drove on the interstate. She came on, she drove all the way down I-40 from Springdale, Arkansas, back to her house. Why is Kathy protecting Candace?
She drove an hour and a half to where we was at in her car.
Really? Where was that at?
From Newport to wherever, where she's at in Ben Hill.
Mm-hmm. And some people said, maybe she's sitting there grieving, playing with the Legos. I don't know, but it was supposedly a psych evaluation. I think she was, just my opinion, I think she was trying to make herself look a little loonier than she actually is. Well, Ernie, I want to say thank you very much for coming on today. I didn't mean to keep you for so long. Everyone, can we have a big round of applause for our guest today?
Okay, thank God it's over. That was fucking, yes, let's thank you, Ernie, for once again spreading more bullshit, more lies. Thank you for extorting women. Thank you for all around being a piece of shit human being. Thank you for lying about cancer. Thank you for being stolen valor. thank you for saying horrible things about two people. Now, listen, my heart does not bleed for Dawn and Candace. It does not. I will be quite honest. My heart does not bleed for them, but they are not charged with murder. They are not solely being investigated for the cause of Summerwell's disappearance. Don't think law enforcement has a speculation that Summer Wells was indeed hurt sexually. Otherwise, I feel like Ronnie Lawson got a little heated with them. I believe it. Ernie's got A's. What's up, Trump said? Yeah, thank you for being stolen valor. That's a fucking fact. Thank you for spreading more bullshit, Ernie Shell, as you always come to do. I am so irritated with this live. We tried to warn her. But like I said, Ronnie Lawson came out at one point and oh my bad, Christina, I didn't have you modded. Sorry. Ronnie Lawson came out at one point and was like, the parents aren't cooperating. And I think if they were being investigated for, sex crimes with Summer, I think it would have came out. I think Ronnie Lawson wouldn't have mixed words. I think he would have been saying, those are the suspects. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Nobody. Someone did mention that the TBI has been contacted. So thank you for doing that. I wouldn't even know where to begin. So I thank you for doing that. I don't think that it is even remotely okay for you to accuse Don Wells of murder. I may not like him for what I've seen of him. I don't care for him as a person. My heart does not bleed for that man. But at the end of the day, they do have a missing child. And that child should be treated with respect and dignity. Her brothers that will see this ridiculous shit one day deserve not to. And I'm sick and tired of adults failing these children. They're already fucking missing. Something already fucking happened. And then the trauma vultures swoop in and think this is content and this is entertainment. And for that, I don't have any nice things to say. Absolutely, Charlotte. It will stay up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. There we go. Ronnie Lawson also said Don and Candace passed a polygraph. So, all right, y'all. I am shutting it down. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Let me just read that. Nor should they put all the sexual crap on Summer. Either nobody knows any of these rumors to be facts. Shows how. Thank you. I've said this for a while. If your mind goes straight to child rape in any way, shape, or form, especially in every way, everything. Oh, that's sex trauma. Oh, that's sex trauma. There's something wrong with you and you should not be covering true crime. If everything. Someone in the chat earlier. What's up, Messy Mammoth? Oh, you're welcome, Jamie Cat. Oh, did you get whacked? I can't. Someone in the chat earlier said, I'm putting up a video. Summer, I found that picture of her holding thanks, Miss Ella. I found that picture of Summer on a blue couch holding a puppy, and I didn't like the way she was holding the puppy. What the fuck is wrong with you? What? Are you kidding? I don't know what age Summer was in the picture, but clearly if she went missing when she was 5, she would have been under 5. A toddler holding a puppy, probably awkwardly, probably, especially if it's a actual puppy, because they're just as awkward as the toddler holding it. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, it does. It's disgusting. He legit talked about a claw hammer and the bloody sheet and yeah, anytime I've killed a person, I've left the evidence. And then I called the police to like look at the evidence, but luckily the police didn't see it. Thank God. You know, I had it propped up against the back door. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, anything to bring a fucking dollar. Yes, leave the drugs alone. But yeah, then he came in here. I want a link. You know what? I'll give you a link when you die of cancer, Ernie. I will put a link out for you the day that you actually die for cancer. How about that? Yeah, probably. Probably, Ross. Yes, I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm ending. I appreciate you. Ernie, the day after you die of cancer, I will hold a link for you. I'll pin it in the chat all day. So you're maybe you can hang out with Uncle Larry. Yeah. So go ahead and continue to extort women. I'm uploading videos from my collection. Go figure, more women were being extorted in the videos that I was uploading. Weird, Ernie. That's your MO. So we're all losers. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you later.